28-year-old Paula Haywood is suing her neighbor, 55-year-old computer consultant Marianne Wigner, for medical bills resulting from an assault. Marianne is countersuing for her medical bills.
Come to order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 149 on the calendar in the matter of Haywood versus Wigner. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Miss Haywood, you live in a condominium complex.
Yes.
The defendant lives there as well. She is head of the Homeowners Association.
No, that's not correct.
What are you in charge of?
I'm not now, but during the incident, I was a property manager.
Okay, but you also live there.
Yes.
And it is your claim that the defendant instigated an assault for which you were arrested. You want to be reimbursed for all of your medical bills, for your lost wages, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The defendant says that you were actually the aggressor in this assault, and she is counterclaiming. Now, the problem that developed between the two of you had to do with trash.
Yes, ma'am.
And there was a trial with regard to this assault. You were the complainant.
Yes.
And that case was dismissed.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what happened.
Okay, I was in my living room playing Nintendo with my son and my nieces, and all of a sudden I just heard a bang, and I looked, and it was trash on my door. And basically I knew it was Marianne because a week before she had told me, you know how they deliver the city trash cans?
No, I don't know how they deliver city trash cans.
They deliver the city everybody has them now, the city trash dumpsters. Well, they had delivered them, and I used my trash can, so she put a note on my door saying...
She told you, don't use the trash cans, use the dumpster.
Yes, ma'am.
And you put your trash in the trash can.
Yes.
So that you heard a thud outside, and you saw your trash where?
On my front porch against my door.
Okay. Did you see who put it there?
Well, actually, I saw her walking away. I didn't see her put it there. I saw her walking away from there, the only person.
So you assumed it was her. So what did you do?
Well, I went to the door to see who put it there. I saw her walking up, and so I went. I put on shoes. I wasn't dressed. I had on a gown. So I went and threw on some sweatpants and a shirt, and actually I went out, put it back on her porch.
And how far is her porch from your porch?
It's probably like 8 feet. I stood at the stairs, and I kind of tossed it back on her porch.
So you didn't go up on her porch. You
No.
took the trash and you threw it on her porch.
I tossed it, yeah, just like she did mine. But she wasn't in there.
You didn't see her throw the trash on your
Well, she
porch.
admits it.
Shh. I want you to try answering my questions.
Okay.
You didn't see her put the trash on your porch.
No, I did not.
You came out, saw the trash on your porch, and flung it on her porch.
Yes, ma'am.
What happened next?
So then I went back into my house, and it came flying back against my door again.
You didn't see who it was.
No, I saw it was her.
And what did you do next?
Basically,
Now you got your garbage on your porch.
It was tit for tat. I mean, in actuality,
I asked you what you did next.
I went and I threw it back on hers again.
That's not
And then
true,
what?
Your Honor.
Just a second. And what happened next?
She came out and pepper sprayed me, and the gardener was a witness to that.
So she came out, and she sprayed you in the face.
Yes.
What happened next?
So then when she sprayed me, it's like it got into, because I actually was turning, when she opened her door, I was turning to go back to my apartment. So when I turned to go back to my apartment, when it got in my eye, when I turned back around, when I heard her door open, I turned around, and so it got me right here in this eye. So in actuality, I held my eye, and I went to grab her can from her because she was walking towards me spraying. So I went to grab the can of pepper spray from her, and then we struggled over it. Like, you know, trying to get it away from each other because I was going to spray her back, to be honest with you, because she sprayed me.
Okay, go ahead.
So then as we struggled over it, she hit me because it wasn't getting loose. I hit her, and we hit each other, and we struggled over this can. And basically with one hand on the can and one hand, like, striking each other.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Just not going to get to you in a minute. Go ahead.
Then we ended up over a fence where Mr. had came down, and he grabbed me from behind and choked me and dragged me back. And at that time, Marianne came with a rake, and I grabbed, and while he's choking me, and I'm on the ground. He's a director of the condominium, one of the directors. He owns the apartment or condo above Marianne.
So he saw the scuffle, evidently, and went out and restrained you, and she went and got a rake. Is that what you just said?
Well, he didn't see it. Well, he was upstairs, and then he came down. And so, yes, and then she grabbed a rake from the gardener.
Yes.
And came at me with it. And it's like, as I'm trying to pry his hands away from me, I'm on my knees. I reached up when she came at me, you know, I saw through my peripheral vision a person approaching me. So I just reached up at the time she came at me with it, and I grabbed it from her.
And?
Then I tried to get Mr. off because, I mean, I'm asthmatic and I couldn't breathe, so I'm trying to get him off of me. Then he starts letting go of me as I'm standing up, catching my breath, because it took a few seconds before I could catch my breath. He, like, I guess to grab the rake from me, he stepped towards me, and I hit him with the rake. I swung the rake. It hit him in his head, and I dropped the rake, and I walked into my house, and I called 911.
You were, in fact, convicted of assaulting Mr.
I was found guilty.
You were found guilty.
Of
You
a
were
lesser
convicted.
charge. Yes.
Of assaulting Mr.
With a lesser battery, yes.
But acquitted after a trial with regard to the defendant.
Yeah, they dropped charges against me for her.
All right, so now you tell me your version of what happened.
Could I go back a little bit deeper than that?
To when?
October of 1999?
No. Stay with this. If there was bad blood between the two of you, that's
But
not relevant.
it kind of sets the scene, but anyway, 14 cans were delivered in the parking lot along the edge of the back into the parking lot, real close to one of the units. The only reason they were delivered there was because we were going to do an enclosure out where the dumpster is on the street and then move the 14 cans out there. So it was like a temporary layover. So I delivered a notice to all units and let them know that until further notice, please use the dumpster. So a few days later, there's 2 cans that are full of trash. Well, actually, one was full of trash. It was unit number 9. It had the numbers on each one of the cans.
What unit are you
That's
in?
not true.
Just answer my question.
I'm unit number 9.
You're number 9?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
And I delivered a notice to both unit number 9 and 11 and reiterated the fact that we have a dumpster and you don't use the trash cans, and please take the trash out of there and put it in the dumpster. Number 11 came to me and she said, I'm so sorry. She said, I debated whether I should do that or not. And the next thing I know, I get this back on my door. They shouldn't be there then. You empty them yourself and kiss my crazy, which was typical of the conversations I would have with Paula over parking issues.
Just a second. Shh. Why did you write her this nasty
Well,
note?
I didn't. In actuality,
Why did you write her this nasty note?
I did not write that exact what it says. I mean, and basically that is copied on there. I mean, because I saw that when I went to trial. I did say that they shouldn't be there, but I did not say the B word. I mean, I didn't call her in actuality.
No, you wrote this down.
No, I
Miss
wrote
Hayward.
that you're crazy, the crazy part, but I did not write.
Yeah, you wrote a nasty note.
Oh,
Whether
no.
you were crazy.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
you
I
wrote
did
crazy.
say-
Told it
Did
empty
you
to
know
me.
why?
I'm speaking.
Okay.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Paula Haywood says neighbor Marianne Wigner pepper sprayed her during an argument over garbage cans. Marianne claims Paula instigated the fight.
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
Put it down.
Okay.
What's the difference if the condominium where you're living says, please don't use the trash cans, please use the dumpster? What's the skin off your nose in taking your trash and putting it in the dumpster?
Okay, I have pictures. It was in evidence, but basically, and she gave me a note. She has a note that says, you know, the dumpsters are overloaded. We're going to be getting a lock or something because we think other people are using our dumpsters. And, you know, don't put your trash on the ground outside of the dumpster.
So, madam,
So there was
talking
nowhere
about
else.
being civilized. So if you get this note and if the dumpster is full, why don't you say, listen, I got the note and I'd be more than happy to comply, but they're full, so I have to use the cans.
She had never gave me that. I do my job. I was working from 8 to 8, doing caregiving for a handicapped child. And I lost my job, making $100 a night, but I never received that letter. She put that on my door, actually, when she threw the trash back the second time. That was attached to the trash can.
I don't know if I believe you. I think that you copped an attitude. That doesn't mean you're entitled to get sprayed with pepper spray. I'm not there yet, but I believe you copped an attitude. Now, you find the trash on your door. Who threw the trash on her porch?
Bob actually put the bag on her porch and said, please take this trash out to the dumpster where it belongs.
Why would Mr. take the trash and put it on her porch? I mean, that's sort of an aggressive act to take it. toss it on her porch?
I didn't expect him to do that. What happened was that there were previous confrontations with Paula Haywood over parking incidents, and I was attacked by her in my home. She came in my home, she tore the phone off my wall, she jabbed at me, and she socked me in the eye. And then her mother, before the police came out, her mother did the same thing. She walked right in my home. I'm getting ready to pack.
So why, listen to me, those are the things you want to talk about from before.
Yeah, right. So,
Right.
this
So you're
is,
not happy with these people as tenants.
Right, and
Ah,
I've
okay.
had other...
Now, after she took the trash and tossed it on your porch,
Yes.
what did you do?
I didn't throw it. I put it down in front of her door, and then I walked away.
Go ahead. What happened next?
Then I was with the maintenance man in front of my unit, and I was helping him pick up some weeds and some trash and things. The next thing I know, I felt something behind me. I had previous to that, picked up some pepper spray because of my previous incidents with her. And so I had the pepper spray in my hand, I heard something, and I turned around, and she has this bag that I had already inspected. In fact, here's the pictures. It has that it was her bag. There were 3 jugs of glass in there. So when I saw her hurling it, and it was about ready to come down on me, I pushed the spray. I didn't really know how to use the pepper spray, but I sprayed it. It hit her in the chin. I did see that. It didn't hit her in the eye. It hit her in the chin. The next thing I know, all hell broke loose, and she grabbed a hold of me in the back of my hair. She threw me over the 3-foot iron railing, and she took that can out of my hand, and she beat me. I've got pictures here of what she did to me. I've got bruises on my ribs,
Honor.
my eyes, and my forehead.
Your Honor.
Just a minute. You told your story.
Please get a chance.
Did you see these photographs?
And yes, I did.
Just answer my
yes,
question.
Yes, I did.
You have seen these. These are pretty
Yes,
serious.
yes, I saw them.
These are pretty serious.
Okay, can I please say something, Your Honor?
Just a second.
Okay.
I'm speaking. What were you doing yard work holding pepper spray?
Because of some previous incidents with...
You mean you walk around all the time with pepper spray?
I do now, since she came
Yes.
in my home.
You
and
walk
attacked
around
me.
all the time carrying pepper spray.
Not all the time, just if I'm outside doing some work and the parking situation, especially on the weekend, gets pretty bad. And she's not the only one that retaliates. There's 4 of them, and I'm by myself. And these 4 people lash out quite a bit. No one has ever attacked me, though, except for Paula and her mother.
Do you have any photographs of your injuries?
No, let me tell you this. First of all, I'm dark skinned. I did admit I hit her. And no, I did not bruise. She said she hit me, we fought. Yes,
I didn't say
I just asked you a
Oh, no, I
question.
don't, because you know
So
why I
that
don't bruise.
The answer is,
No, I mean, I
You
don't.
don't have any
I do have a medical record.
then I'd like to see it. I'd like to see your medical record.
Okay. And then, oh.
All right, so you went and took x-rays, and the x-rays were normal. Is that right?
It says it was a reversal of and that means I had a sprain. And I wore a hard neck brace for 7 days, and then go back, and I wore a soft one for 7 days.
Now, Miss Haywood, when you saw the trash that she had put back on your porch, and you see her walking
I saw her throw it. I mean, I was out the window.
Just answer my
Oh,
question.
okay,
You're
yes,
not going to think
yes.
faster than I am. I guarantee it, madam. You started this whole problem because you didn't follow the rules.
Her rules?
I'm making that judgment. There were 14 units, and you have the problem. That doesn't mean that you are responsible for your getting sprayed in the face, but I have to find out, when you saw the trash that she admits she put back on your porch, pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Did you walk down the steps with the trash?
No, it's up the steps. I went up the steps.
You had to walk
No,
up.
it's like 3 steps. I mean, they're not.
A step is a step. Do you have to walk down the steps to get to where she was, or did you have to walk up the steps to get to where she was?
Both.
I have 3 steps down, then 3
Okay.
steps up. And then her door is like 6 feet or 6 feet from the step I threw the bag from while she was inside.
Where was she when you tossed it?
She was inside her house because she came out, the door flew open, I turned around, she sprayed me.
Now, you were doing work with the gardener.
Yes.
You were working with him outside.
Yes.
Don't you think he would have been a good witness here?
Yes, he was let go because of his slowness and independent. He wasn't dependable.
Did he testify at the criminal trial?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
He did?
He
Yes.
testified, and I have all the tapes.
Can you see if you can find that on the tape?
What happened? ¿Qué pasó?
Cuando yo miré, Marian salió de la puerta
When I saw Marianne coming out of the door,
diciendo cosas extrañas.
they were orally saying things to one another. They were arguing.
Did you see how the fight started?
¿Usted cómo empezó la pelea?
No, porque cuando ella estaba, cuando Marian salió de la puerta, ella también.
No, because when Marianne came out of the door,
Yo me volteé.
I turned around.
The witness clearly says that he saw you, Miss Wagner, coming out the door.
I was at my door because it's right there in the same general area that the yard is.
I understand that, but he clearly said he saw you coming out the door, which means that you weren't out doing yard work. I have to believe one version or the other, and it seems much more logical to me that you saw the trash being thrown on your door, you ran and you got your pepper spray, and you came out your door and you sprayed her with it. I say that because if you're outside doing yard work, it means you're working with both your hands. It's sort of cumbersome to walk around holding a can of pepper spray. In any event, you tell me, Miss Haywood, what you believe your damages were as a result of this unfortunate incident.
I lost my job. I've lost wages. I have a note for my job.
How did you lose your job?
Okay, at the time that I did this happen, I have it right here. I was making $100 a night.
Just a second. How did you lose your job because of her?
Because if she never would have initiated, I was not found guilty. I was found not guilty, or there was charges dropped against Mary Ann. So she was the initiator. None of this would have ever took place, ma'am.
So, just a second. Is your claim here that because you were convicted of one assault, that is with regard to Mr. and that conviction would never have taken place but for the fact that she started this altercation with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your cause of action here?
Yes, ma'am. And
Sorry. You were not incarcerated because of her. You didn't lose your jobs because of her. You overreacted with regard to Mr. You hit him with a rake that they
she came
probably
at me with.
considered a dangerous instrument, and you were convicted with regard to that.
I mean, because of the fact this woman her actions caused all this to take place. Because I even have it where he choked me, and I have the testimony.
Let me explain something to you.
Okay, I don't know.
Oh, the money that you lost
She
taking care
did
of Yuki.
the wrong thing. She should not have come out her door and sprayed you with the pepper spray. But that doesn't mean that you can sue her because you got into an altercation and then you assaulted somebody else. So your case, Miss Haywood, is dismissed, as is your counterclaim, Miss Wagner. You sprayed her with the pepper spray. She reacted, you got injured, but you were the aggressor with the pepper spray. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yes, case number 138 on the calendar in the matter of Dent versus Bowen. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, folks. Have seats.
All right, this is a strange little tale. Let me see if I can put it in perspective. Miss Dent, the defendant is your son.
Yes.
According to your complaint, it came a time when he wanted to buy a car. You thought it was a good deal. You paid for the car with the understanding that he would pay you back.
Yes.
At the time that the car was purchased, he did not have a driver's license, and the car was not supposed to be driven. It is your claim he did not pay you for the car. To make a long story a little bit shorter, anyway, there came a time when your son was incarcerated. He says that when he was released from jail, that he delivered by messenger a money order. You have not cashed the money order. In the meantime, he says that you made arrangements for the police to be involved. The police impounded the car. There were impound fees of almost $900. So you're suing him for the cost of the car. He's suing you for the cost of the car, plus the impound fees. Is that pretty much the story?
Pretty much.
Now, when was the car purchased?
It was March 3rd was the day that he called me, and it was indeed a good deal.
How much was the car?
When he called me on the phone, it was $100. When I got there, it had gone up to $150 after I had come back from the bank.
$150.
Right.
Is that what you paid for the car?
No, I paid $120.
Well, could somebody explain to me why then you people have filed a lawsuit? You want $1,500 for this car?
Well, that's the value of the car.
Get that out of your head. You paid $120. That's what he was supposed to pay you back. Is that right?
Right.
Did you pay your mother back?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Show me. Your husband received payment for the car, money order. Why didn't you cash it?
My boyfriend received that. I wasn't.
Boyfriend.
Yeah, and I wasn't home at the time.
Do you live there?
Yes.
Why didn't you cash the money order?
Because he didn't make me aware of it. The first I knew that there was a money order there was the day the police showed up to my house when he was claiming auto theft.
You mean you don't speak to your boyfriend?
Well, I work, he goes to school. There are days when we don't have words, yeah.
Well, but now you know about it, so where's the money order?
I have it.
Well, why don't you cash it then? You would have been paid. Now you know that he paid you on time.
Because there's a lot more to the story than that.
Just a minute. One thing at a time. He paid, as a matter of fact, the money order was for $151. So cash the money order and then you've been paid. That was your agreement with him, correct?
Right.
Fine.
He was supposed to pay for that car by April 2nd. It was to stay at my house parked. He had stolen license plates from Mike's Pinto and had put them on this car so he could drive it.
Well, that was terrible.
It was.
You shouldn't have done that.
Your Honor.
You shouldn't have driven the car. You had no license.
That's right.
Right?
Correct.
So, and that breached your agreement with your mother, right?
No, actually, my mother gave me permission to borrow the car.
Listen to me.
I'm sorry.
You have no license. Your mother cannot grant dispensation from state law, which says you require a license to drive. So there may be a lot more to it, but bottom line is, you lent him money for the car. That's what you were suing him for, not $1,500, because that's not what the car cost. And he's paid you.
So
you got your money back. Cash the money order.
Your Honor.
Now let's get to your counterclaim.
I think it's pertinent to address the issue of this whole reason she kept the car came and took the car from me and kept it. I got out of jail May 30th. The money wasn't originally due until April 2nd. She took the car, knew I didn't get paid until April 1st, took the car because I came forward and confessed that I knew that she asked me to help her plant drugs on my stepfather for a paternity case that she was losing, or felt she was losing.
Excuse me?
There is a custody issue with her and my stepfather.
Yes.
Over my brother.
How old is your brother?
He is 4 years old now.
Go ahead.
She asked me to help her get a stolen gun originally for her boyfriend, supposedly, that couldn't own a gun. And I said, why would he want a stolen gun? If he gets caught with it, it's even worse. So I said, what are you trying to do? She said, her husband, ex-husband, is winning the case. She feels he's wrongly winning. Help me get something that's a felony so I can get him to lose. And I helped her, and I'm ashamed of that.
How did you help her?
I called a friend that could help her get some drugs. And
What kind of drugs?
methamphetamines.
And what'd you do with them?
They were delivered to her house. She paid for them.
Delivered to her house?
Yes. I called her the next day and said, I feel wrong about this. I can't send him to jail. I've gone to jail for stuff that I didn't do because of you. I don't want him to go to jail for this. And I came forward and told him. And she held the car against me, telling my brother, tell Brandon if he changes a statement in court that this is all a lie, that I didn't really do this, then I'll give your car back. And I haven't done so. And I located my car, went there to have it towed out of her witness's yard because I paid her for the money and extra money. I paid her the $25 she filed on me. She wanted me to repay her that. She told me, change your statement, pay me $150, which is $25 more than you actually owe me because I filed on you. It cost me $25, so pay me that.
Filed on you for what?
For the car.
You mean when she filed in small claims court?
Yeah, she wanted me to pay her that $25 back.
The fee?
Yeah, and I called the tow truck, went to go repossess my car out of the yard after it was paid for. The tow truck guy said that she won't let me on her property. I left, came back like 20 minutes later. The tow truck guy was pulling it out, said Stephanie told me to impound it as soon as I left. So they deliberately, out of spite, had it towed when I was there to remove it like 20 minutes before. This is all because I won't lie and say that she didn't do this.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jeannie Dent says her son, Brandon Bowen, owes for the value of a car. Brandon says his mother asked him to frame her ex-husband.
Where's your $120 car?
It is at my house. I got it out of impound. I don't want the money for the car. I just wanted my car back, and I just wanted.
You have it now.
Yeah, I just wanted her to pay for the damages. The lady that had the car, her witness, kept the key. The impound people had to unlock the door and take the ignition out, and all that has to be replaced. I have estimates how much that's going to cost.
Well, how much is it going to cost?
It's going to cost, just for the locks, not including the ignition, all the locks from Chet's Locksmith is going to be $367.
Forget it. Let me explain something to you.
Okay.
I'm not giving you, sir, 3 times the cost of the car to put in a new lock.
I don't want the process of the car. I just.
But you understand me? The whole car cost $120.
Yeah.
You think that I'm going to order her to pay $300 and how much?
27.
$27 to put in a new lock? Forget it.
Okay.
Bottom line is, you got your money, you got your car,
Correct.
you don't like each other anymore.
I love my mom.
Well, it certainly doesn't sound like it to me. What were you in jail for, Mr. Bowen?
She alleged that I lived with her for a short period of time, and I was $50 short of paying half of her rent. She told me her new boyfriend doesn't like me. I had to leave because she had a doctor's appointment. I climbed back through my bedroom window. She came home and called the police, and her and my sister made up a story that we stole a bunch of stuff, which is not true, and I went to jail.
Just a minute. What did you go back to jail for recently in March?
That was to serve the last 4 days of the sentence for climbing through her window.
Were you the complainant on that case?
Yes, I was. He broke into my home.
I was living there at
Which
the
is
time.
just one of many things that have happened.
Why do you think that you would be entitled to $1,500?
Because that new contract was signed after constant badgering. He was calling my work, and every time that I would hang up on him, and he'd call back, he would hang up on my boss. My job was at risk. My boss said, this has got to stop.
That's not true.
And, it was creating a problem for me. He was calling my house. I'd get 7 phone calls,
child,
5 are hang-ups.
He's your child. He's your child.
Yeah.
And if you bought him a car for $120, and that's what all this fuss is about.
He's my child who's broken into my home, who's stolen money from me.
I don't understand it. Do you have drugs delivered to your house?
No, I did not. And I have a couple statements here. He wrote a statement first and says that the person I'm in this battle with, first he writes a statement and says that this person, Richard, is coercing him to write a statement in lieu of furniture. And he comes to me and tells me that, and I said, well, then maybe you should write that down. So he did, and I have that with me. Then he goes to Richard, the other person, and writes the statement. A couple days later, he's got furniture. Then he comes back and writes another statement and says, well, that was not true, and I recant all that, which I have also.
Sounds like you shouldn't get your child involved in your own domestic court situations, especially when the child is an adult child and doesn't have anything to do with the custody battle that you're currently involved in. Neither you or his stepfather should do that. In any event, you got your money, you got your car. Goodbye, good luck, be well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Happy life.
He's a drug addict.
I can't believe that someone that was supposed to be my mother would actually sit here and do this and say things like this.
Enough is enough.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Foster Nelson versus Winders Burgess. Step forward, please.
17-year-old Anthony Nelson and his stepfather, 35-year-old pipefitter Scott Foster, are suing Anthony's former friend, 15-year-old James Burgess, and his mother, 41-year-old waitress Kim Winters. Anthony claims James took his quad runner without permission and flipped it.
What's your first name?
Anthony Nelson.
Well, that's your first and your second name. But it goes together. Anthony?
Yes, ma'am.
Anthony, you have some sort of a bike. What sort of bike is it?
It's a four-wheeler.
What's a four-wheeler?
It's a quad cab. It's like a motorcycle, but it's got 4 wheels.
When did you get that?
Early in January, or late January.
Do you ride it?
Yes, ma'am.
How did I know that? Did you ever have one as a child?
I had motorcycles. They didn't have them back then.
But as soon as you saw it, you had to have it.
Oh, yes.
For your son. Right? You understand that?
Yeah.
All right. Just I don't know if I'm disturbing you.
It's a guy. No. 3-letter word for insect.
Gotcha. According to your complaint, Anthony, the defendant, this young man, was with you one day, and you were with some other people who also had fathers who wanted these four-wheelers, who bought them for their children. And the defendant, without your permission, got on the bike, rode it, had an accident with it, and damaged it. You want him to pay, or his mother to pay. That's what this case is about.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not exactly sure what your defense is. That he gave you permission to ride it, and the cost of fixing it was too much, but I'll get to it in a second. How many boys were you out riding with?
There was 4 of us all together, ma'am.
How many boys had bikes?
The defendant had a motorcycle, and the rest of us had four-wheelers.
So tell me what happened.
We got out of school early, and a couple of my friends and me, we wanted to go for a ride. Seemed like a nice day. We were out riding for a couple hours, and we decided to go take a break.
Was James with you at the time?
Yes, ma'am. He was one of us that was riding with us. We went back to Michael's house, my friend, to take a break. We were in his driveway talking, and the defendant got on my four-wheeler and took off in reverse without asking my permission to get on it. And we ran out after him, but he was already too far out, and you couldn't hear us because of the motor. And by then, he hit the back brake and locked up the axle and flipped the four-wheeler over. We ran out to see if he was all right. We picked the four-wheeler up, looked over it. We talked about it a little bit. He said, all right, I'll pay for the damages, and we'll go and call RTD, that's the dealership. We'll call RTD and see how much it is, and we'll handle it from there.
What parts were damaged?
The plastic was all scratched up. The front steering column was bent. The whole brake assembly was ruined. We had to replace that. It wasn't rideable. You couldn't ride it.
So you got an estimate?
Yes, ma'am.
From the place where you would purchase the bike?
Yes.
Can I see the estimate, please?
Here's the letter stating that it was in brand new condition. Here's the repair order, and here's what I actually bought so that we could continue to ride it.
Entire cost of repairing the bike is $918?
Yes, ma'am.
What's $1,027.11?
That was for my time off of work. I took a day off, or half day off when I figured we were going to court, and my labor's a lot cheaper than theirs.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear you.
Ma'am, I did have permission to ride the four-wheeler. We were all sitting in the driveway. We were standing talking around. Mike just got back from riding it. Mike took it down the road, come back. I go, Anthony, can I ride it? He goes, hold on 1 minute, let it cool down. A few minutes later, I asked him. He said yes. I was backing down the driveway. I hit the rear brake, and the four-wheeler came back. I jumped to the side of the four-wheeler.
You damaged the bike, right?
Yes.
So why shouldn't you pay for it?
I feel it was equal responsibility on both parts.
Why is that?
I've had people blow my stuff up. I got a YZ 125 in '96, and I've had people blow it up, and I've always replaced everything anybody else.
Then you're a good guy. But if you borrow somebody's car and you wreck it, and unless there's insurance that covers it, it's your responsibility.
Yes.
The fact that he said that you could drive it doesn't relieve you of that responsibility. You want to say something?
Yes. The main reason we're here is from the discrepancy in what was supposed to be wrong with the four-wheeler. They went to my house, they called RTD, said it was just the clutch lever, or brake lever, and it was $87.
They called and said, this looks like it's wrong with the bike, right?
Yes.
And they said, well, if that's all that's wrong with the bike, and it's $87.
Yes.
But clearly when they took the bike down there,
Can I say one more thing?
sure, there turned out to be a lot more damage to the
He
bike.
came to my house, the father and the son came to my house a few weeks afterwards with an estimate of $400 and some. And he said, your son did this, will you pay it? And I said, what happened to the $87? And he got mad, upset, and I said, no, I won't pay the $400 and whatever dollars it was. So he went to go out of my driveway. He threatened my son.
He threatened to beat my. His exact words. He goes, "Your ass is beat."
He threatened my son, and
That's not
at that
that's
time.
not good.
At that time, it was $400, $400 and some odd dollars.
Did you ever give them an estimate of $400 some odd
No,
dollars?
I did not, ma'am. I walked to her door to ask her to pay this damages, and her exact words. Sorry.
That's
A little
not,
upset.
that's not what I'm asking you. She said that you showed her a bill at one point for $400.
No, ma'am. She wouldn't even look at it. That's the actual estimate I gave her. She wouldn't even look
Well,
at
this
it.
is dated March the 2nd, which
Correct.
is shortly after the accident.
Correct.
He must have went and got that after he left my house. What he brought to my house
What-
was $400 and some.
What date did he come to your house?
You know what it was?
I'm not exactly sure what day he come to my house, but all the kids at school knew it was $427. And then we got the statement in the mail that was that 900. It's like
Okay.
$1,027.
Has the bike been fixed?
I fixed the steering part so that we could ride it.
And how much did you spend on the steering?
You have the paperwork
Is that
up
the
there?
second bill?
Yes, ma'am.
$219?
Yes, I believe that's what it was.
All right. And the rest of it has not been done?
No, ma'am.
That's very, very easy. I'm entering an initial order of $219.73. And what you folks will do, since you all live in the same neighborhood, is we'll pick a date. You all go down to RTD Motorsports and satisfy yourself what the bill is. I will enter a maximum order in the amount of $918 to be held until the both of you go down and satisfy yourself what the bill is. Do you understand? Does that sound fair to you? I mean, no, it doesn't sound fair to you. He says he had permission. It's his responsibility. He wrecked the bike. And if he wants to be a good guy and take care of it when other people wreck his bikes, that's up to you. You wreck this one, it's your responsibility. The only difference is the cost of repair. And I don't think that you can exaggerate the cost of repair. You actually spent $219, that you get. Then 5 days from today, you boys make arrangements with your parents, if necessary, to go down to RTD Motors, see what it's going to cost to fix the bike for a maximum of total $918, and then the court will enter judgment in that amount. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that sound reasonable to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Court will draft the order. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is case number 74 on the calendar in the matter of Wilder versus Hemley. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
Miss Wilder, the defendant is your mother.
Yes, ma'am.
According to your complaint, your mother was relocating to Hawaii. Where had you been living with her?
In Houston.
In Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
So she was going to try a new life in Hawaii. And you and your mother entered into an agreement, according to your complaint. You could use the car that was in her name, on which there was a loan, and you would make the payments on the car. So far correct?
No, ma'am. To our agreement was that we were going to be taking over the payments for the car.
Just a second. You were going to be paying for the car.
Yes.
And if she decided to stay in Hawaii, according to your complaint, then she would turn the car over to you.
No.
Well, let me read what you wrote, Miss Wilder. Your complaint says, my mother and I had a verbal agreement when she moved to Hawaii in October that if she stayed there, she would sign over her 1996 Corsica to me, and I agreed to pick up the payments. That's what you wrote.
Well, she said that she moved there.
I'm just telling you that that's what you wrote in your complaint.
Yes.
And as it turns out, your mother did not stay in Hawaii, but she came home. When did she come home?
About a week and a half before March the 1st.
When did she leave?
Right before the 1st of October.
That's not true.
When did you leave?
November 8th. I came back February 23rd.
So she came back, and she took her car back.
Yes.
And you want her to reimburse you for the payments that you made for those 4 months.
Yes.
According to what you wrote here in your complaint, your agreement was that if she decided to stay there, then she would turn the car over. Now what you're telling me is you were going to take over the payments and the car completely when she left Texas. Is that right?
Her residence was going to be in Hawaii. She moved there.
Miss Wild, try listening to what I'm saying to you. According to what you're saying now, when she left Texas for Hawaii, your agreement was that you were going to now own the car.
Yes.
And it would be your car.
Yes.
So why didn't you make the transfer before she left?
Because I couldn't get anything underneath my name. We didn't have enough money to, we had a vehicle in our name, and we still do. But we had problems with it. It was broke down. We agreed that I would take over the payments for the car, so we put a for sale sign on the truck. The truck wasn't really safe. I was fixing to have my second child, and it was more of a family car, so we agreed to take over the payments.
Okay, how much were the payments?
$300 a month.
And what happened when your mother came home?
Well, right before she came home, we had talked, and I asked her what she was going to do for transportation and everything. And she said that as long as I helped her, get a job, find for her to have transportation back and forth, that her exact words were she would go around my schedule. I didn't have a problem with that at all. When she came back, she started having this power thing. That's what it was a power thing. She wanted to have the control over the car. And, I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it does.
I worked nights, she worked during the day. It became a problem. She was like, no, I'm having the car, this and that. We started fighting. She threatened to call the police the first time. And then we had a problem again, and the police did get involved.
Okay. Now, according to you, you paid for the car for October, right?
Yes.
November?
Yes.
December?
Yes.
January?
I have a log from the dealership that's from when I paid.
Who wrote, in whose handwriting is this?
That's the
lien holder.
Yes.
You're supposed to pay this on the 1st of the month?
Yes, ma'am.
The 1st and the 15th. It's scheduled for $150 every 2 weeks.
So you didn't make a payment on the 15th of February, is that right?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
There was a couple times when I paid late and everything, but the man from the dealership, you know, he was a friend of ours. He knew that I would pay. He knew that I was taking over the payments, everything.
No, he knew
But
I
you
was
didn't,
going to
just
pay,
a second.
Carrie.
But you did not make a payment for February. February 15th payment you did not make.
She didn't make a whole payment the whole month of January.
I paid late, Your Honor.
February 2nd, she made a payment.
Yes, I paid the full amount for all of January. He knew
No.
that man from the
Don't tell me
dealership-
what he knew. Just answer my questions. You did not pay in January.
No.
You say you made up January's payment in February.
Yes.
But then you didn't make February's payment.
Yes, I did. I was only $100
No, you weren't.
behind. Yes, I was.
When I came back, I had to pay the $450 that she didn't pay, so my insurance got canceled because I didn't have enough money to pay the bill.
Was your agreement with your daughter that this car would be hers, period? Or was your agreement with your daughter that if you stayed in Hawaii, the car would be hers?
Her and her boyfriend both. I talked to them, both of them, and I explained to them that you guys can use the car as long as you make the payments on it. If I don't come back from Hawaii, then as soon as the car was paid off, I would sign it over to her lock, stock, and barrel. Well, by February 15th, I knew I was coming back because she was going to have the baby pretty soon. And I told Carrie, as long as you help me get back and forth to work and I can get you back and forth to work, we'll figure out something. Well, it was to the point where neither one of them were showing up to pick me up for work. I would call and call and call and nobody would answer the phone, and I'd have to find other ways
At
to get
7
back to work.
o'clock in the morning
That's
and
right.
everything on
That's-
a Sunday, on the weekend. She wanted the car, which is understandable, but it was my car. Before she came, her exact words were, she'll go around my schedule.
Just a second. She made the payments. She started to pick up the payments
No.
as soon as she came back. Yes.
Yes.
According to these,
Yes, I
according
did.
to these,
Yes.
according to
Yes.
this, according to the dealer, she started to make the payments. So you were not making the payments when she returned from Hawaii.
That's not why she took the car.
That's not what I asked you.
Yeah, but yes, ma'am.
She was making the payment. So the car is in her
took
name.
over.
She was using
And
it.
you were using it. Pay attention.
No.
Well, the car was parked in your driveway because you just said to me your complaint was that you would ask for the car at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday.
This was
So you
before
had...
the first. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Before what?
She took the car back before the payment was even due. The insurance payment was even due.
I'm not talking about the insurance payment, Miss Wilder. I'm talking about the car payment, which she clearly made. Put your hand down. Which she clearly made before she took the car
No,
back.
ma'am. She paid the payment after she took the car from us.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is true. It is
Because,
true.
Your Honor, I
Don't
even
let
paid-
her
I
sit
even
here and lie.
paid
She
her
took the
electric
car.
bill.
The police called me on the phone. You need to give the keys to your mother. Everything's in her name. Then the payment was due on the car. The insurance, I
What
told
was
her.
I'm not talking the insurance. You're hooked into insurance. I'm not talking insurance.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Carrie Wilder says her mother, Angela Hemley, owes her for car payments and the money she paid for car insurance.
What date did the police come to your house and remove the car from your house?
I'm not sure. I'm not.
Well, first of all, the
exact
cops didn't go to her house. They came to where I was staying with my brother.
She was
and they
fine.
made a
What
courtesy
date?
call. I don't know the exact date. It was in April.
date. I had to be at work that night.
And they explained.
You remember that?
Yes.
Was it in April?
No, it wasn't.
When was it?
Do you know what day it was?
What?
March.
So you say it was in March. Clearly you made no payment in March for the car. And you didn't make the last payment in February, according to your own records.
Yes, it was before March.
No, it wasn't. Miss Wilder.
The reason why I'm
Miss
saying
Wilder,
this is it was before
listen
the
to me.
first of
Listen
the
to
month.
me. No. No.
Yes,
She says
the
April.
police came.
Boyfriend over here says March, and you don't know whether you're a foot or horseback. Pay attention. You had the use of a car for 3 months. You drove it. You went to work with it.
Yes.
Boyfriend went to work with it.
Yes.
And you paid $300 a month for it.
Yes.
You had no other car because you just told me you sold it.
No, we're still trying to sell it. It has a for sale sign.
Well, then it
Broke
must
down.
be a pretty much of a clinker if you can't sell it.
Well, it's
So
a
you were
one-time.
using this car. You can't use it for nothing. You
Yeah.
couldn't rent a car for $300 a month.
But that's not the agreement that we had.
Yes,
I
it was.
understand
The
that.
agreement that you had was, according to your sworn complaint, my mother and I had an agreement when she moved to Hawaii that if she stayed there, she would sign over her car to us, and I agreed to pick up the payments.
That's on her. She decided to come back. That was her. She got ID,
If
everything,
she-
permanent residence.
Pay attention. If she stayed there, she did not stay there, she moved back.
Yes.
According to your mother, And I believe her because it sounds right. Look, I don't know what we're going to do with the car. Let's try to work together with the car. You're expecting a baby. As long as you take me where I have to go and I can get to work on time and I can get to where else I have to go, let's try to work it out. And then, according to your mother, not only weren't you making the payments on the car in a timely fashion, but there was also a problem picking her up and getting her to work. She decided to take the car back, which she did, which she was entitled to do, even under your agreement, your initial agreement. So your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
You can't trust anybody, not even your own family.
I just want to see him happy.
This ain't the first thing, but it's the last thing.
And now the next case.
All parties on Douglas versus Whalen. Step forward, please.
29-year-old kitchen designer Rob Douglas is suing his former roommate, 27-year-old pipe coverer Sean Whalen, for intentionally breaking his dog's leg.
Mr. Douglas, according to your complaint, the defendant was a friend of yours and you decided to share an apartment together. You moved into the apartment and you have a small dog.
Yes.
What kind of dog do you have?
It's a dachshund.
It is your complaint that the defendant purposefully caused your dog to have a broken leg. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
When did you move into this apartment together?
February of 2000.
How many people moved into the apartment?
There was 3 of us.
Did you have the dog in February of 2000?
Yes, I did.
So that you knew that the dog would be moving
I
in?
knew
for
the
you?
dog would be coming in, but I also knew that there wasn't no pets allowed in the apartment.
I just asked you if you knew the dog would be coming in.
All right.
When was the dog's leg broken?
The dog's leg was broken a week before I was moved out in February of 2001.
You weren't at home at the time.
No, I wasn't.
What indication do you have that Mr. Whalen did this act purposefully?
He would tantalize the dog. Whenever the dog came into the room, he would stomp near it. One time he threw a beer can at it. Sean and I got into a fight over that. He had broken the dog's cage.
How did he break the dog's cage?
He stepped on the top of it and put a hole into it.
When did he do that?
I was at work again.
When did I do that?
Shh, don't speak to him.
I was at work. I came home, and the dog's cage, I left it in the kitchen. And I came into the kitchen, and there was a huge hole in the top of it. And I asked Sean what had happened. He said the dog had been barking in the cage, and that he had stomped on the top of the cage and broke it.
You mean to stop the dog from barking?
Right. But in the process, he put a huge hole in it.
Wrong.
And I went out and bought a new cage, and then I started keeping the dog up in my room.
In the cage?
Right.
Now, what happened in February of 2001, sir?
I came home from work, and Sean was laying on the living room couch, and he said, "You better sit down." And I said, "Why?" He's like, "Don't flip out." And I'm like, "What'd you break?" And as the time I was sitting down, the dog came down the stairs, limping, and he jumped up on me, on my lap. And I looked at his leg, and it was like hanging, dangling, and the bone was like coming through the skin. He's like, I brought him to the vets. He said that the dog's leg needed to be wired. It was going to be over $2,000. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I was bringing the dog back up to his cage, and he wiggled out of my arms, and he fell on. I had a saw on the top of my stairs, because I'm a carpenter too. And he said he dropped it on the saw, the dog on the saw.
What time of the day did you leave that day in February?
For work, I left at 8:30 in the morning.
And where was the dog when you left for work?
In his cage in my room.
That's wrong.
Shh! I'm going to get to you. Didn't you understand? What words don't you understand?
All right, I'm all right.
The dog was in the cage when
Yes.
you left. Had you walked the dog that morning?
I let him out the back door. Every morning I would let him out the back door to go to the bathroom, and then I put him up in his cage.
And what time did you return from work that day?
Like 5:30.
So the dog isn't walked between 8:30 and 5:30.
Right. But my other roommate, third roommate, would come home from work at 7:30 in the morning, go to bed, because he worked at night.
Right.
And when he'd get up, he would let the dog out before I got home from work. And then put the dog back in
At
his
what
cage.
time?
Whenever.
Okay. What time did you bring the dog to the vet?
Probably got there around 3 o'clock.
Was that before or after the third roommate woke up?
He wasn't home.
He wasn't home at all?
No.
Okay. And where did you find the dog?
I think he was in the living room,
What was he doing in the living room?
just sitting there. So I was going to bring him up to his cage. I didn't like the dog being out because it would mess in the apartment almost on a daily basis. And I was on my way out again, so I wanted the dog back in his crate. So I brought him up. I was bringing him upstairs, and it squirmed out of my arms. He knew where I was bringing him. He didn't want to go there, probably. Squirmed out of my arms, fell on the saw, made a horrible noise, and then it looked to me like his leg was broken, so I brought him to the vet.
Mr. Whalen, I read your answer very carefully, and it's clear from your answer, sir, that you didn't like this little dog. Could you tell me why?
I didn't like its behavior. It must be over 3 years old. It has not been properly trained. It would just pretty much do whatever it wanted. I've seen the dog on a table eating out of a bowl that I would eat out of, standing up on a table. The thing was untrained. It's not that I didn't like the dog. I didn't like the way it behaved. Should have been taken care of better than it was.
Why did you stomp on the cage?
I didn't stomp on the cage. I kicked it, the metal front.
Right.
And I kicked that, and that
Why
was
did you
dented.
kick at it?
Because the thing it was barking. It wouldn't be quiet.
So that's the way you thought you would get it to be quiet?
A little
by kicking it?
intimidation, yeah.
And the beer can incident.
I don't recall that incident.
Well, try to think hard. He seems to remember that you threw a beer can in the dog's direction, and then you had a fight about it. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
What responsibility, Mr. Whalen, do you believe you had with regard to the expenses for taking care of this dog?
None.
Why not?
I was simply bringing it back up to its cage, where it should have been.
Had you ever picked up this dog before?
Yes,
Many times?
many times.
Have you ever put the dog back in its cage before?
Yes, I have.
So the dog has tried to squirm not to go back into the cage before?
Yeah, it has.
When you came home on that day in February, Mr. Whalen, did you look around the house to see if the dog had messed in either your room or around the house?
I didn't look around. I just saw him out, and I brought him upstairs. But it had in the hallway where it usually does. Pretty much it's the same spot
On
every
that
time.
day?
Yes,
Now, when did you notice that? Before or after you picked him up?
after.
And when you walked into the house and you saw the dog just sitting in the living room, were you annoyed that the dog was out of the cage?
Annoyed?
Yeah.
No.
You weren't.
Well, I guess a little bit, but I was going out again, and I wanted to put it where it's supposed to be.
Now, you took the dog to the vet,
Yes.
and the vet told you that the dog's leg was broken and needed surgery.
It needed something more than, say, a cast, yeah. So it's going to be expensive.
So can you tell me why you didn't tell the vet to take care of the dog?
It wasn't my dog. I didn't want to make any decisions on it. Spending a couple $1,000s. I asked him if he could do anything for the dog. Like, he gave the dog some pain medication. And I said, probably the owner will probably come back here. I'm not going to make any decisions or tell you to do anything.
Now, when you brought the dog home, where did you put the dog?
I think I just put him up in his room and closed the door.
Mr. Douglas says that when he came home, the dog came limping down the stairs. Had you opened the door?
No.
How did the dog open the door?
The time that I went to the vet and came back, the other roommate had come home.
And?
Maybe he went up and looked at him and left the door open. I don't know.
When
Or
you
maybe
went-
the dog didn't come down like he said.
Well, you were there.
Yeah,
Well, did the dog come down the stairs or not?
I don't remember.
Mr. Whalen, did the vet indicate to you that the dog should be kept immobile until the decision was made about what was going to happen with the leg?
He said it was a pretty severe fracture.
Did he say that the dog should be kept immobile?
I don't remember hearing him say that, no.
Did you think it was a good idea, Mr. Whalen, if the dog had a severe fracture, to put the dog back in its cage when you brought it home instead of just putting it in the room so it wouldn't be walking around with this broken leg? Wouldn't that seem like common sense?
Yeah, I guess the dog could have been in the room just lying there, too.
Could have been, but as you said, the dog was untrained. Dog's not as smart as people. You put the dog in the cage, they can't walk around and further aggravate the break. So why didn't you put the dog in the cage?
I don't know, I just didn't put him in there. I put him in his room and I closed the door.
Your claim, Mr. Douglas, is that Mr. Whalen purposefully caused injury to your dog.
Yes.
That's the basis of your claim. If it was merely an unforeseen accident, he would not be responsible.
Right.
So I have to make a judgment as to whether I believe that Mr. Whalen did, in fact, act in such a reckless manner with your dog as to make him responsible for the vet bills. You understand that?
Yes.
I believe he did. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000,
Whatever.
that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. This is case number 175 on the calendar in the matter of Crothers versus Smith. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Ms. Crothers, the defendant is your ex-boyfriend. It is your claim that on 3 separate occasions he caused damage to your leased car. You want him to pay for the damage.
Yes.
He says, I don't know what you're talking about. Right?
Correct.
When was the first time he caused damage to your car?
It was about the first week of July. We were living in our apartment.
July of last year?
Yes. We were arguing, and he left with my keys so that I couldn't go anywhere. It was like Friday night. And I had an extra set of keys, so I left. I went to the house that he was at.
And an extra set of keys to your car?
Yeah, he took the set of keys to my car and the house key, the apartment key. And so I went over there, and he got mad, and he went into his car, and him and his friends had left, and they were driving around the town, so I was following him because I needed my keys to get back into the apartment. And I followed him. We went to a car lot, parking lot, and he got out and kicked the side of my car because I was following him. He was mad. And so I went back to the house. I tried to get out of my door, and I couldn't get out of the door. And I seen that he kicked the side of my car, and then he kicked the front. There's like a hairline crack on the front of the hood.
All right. And then you all made up.
Well, because we were living together.
Then you made up.
Yeah.
And you continued to live together.
Yeah, 'cause we had an apartment lease.
It's not because you had an apartment lease. You made up.
Yeah.
And then when was the next time he caused damage to your car?
We were at our apartment, and I came home from work, and he was leaving, and I was mad because he was leaving because our daughter was there. And I yelled at him down the balcony, and he got mad, and he took his car and ran right into my car.
Say what you
on
yelled
purpose.
to me.
So he ran into your car. What kind of damage did he cause that time?
I have pictures if you'd like to see them.
Let's see damage number 2 first.
That's when he backed his car up and ran into it on purpose.
And when was the next time he damaged your car?
There's a place called McKinley where everybody hangs out.
Date?
It was about the 3rd week of July. It all happened in July.
It all happened in July. You were all still living together. So after he backed into your car, you continued to live together.
Yeah, 'cause I couldn't get a lease. I still had to pay for an
Don't tell me you
apartment.
continued to lease. You continued to live together. You made up. You came home, you had a fight, but you made up.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
he left.
All right. And then we have another one in July. What happened the last week in July?
I couldn't find him that night, so I knew where he was at this popular place. And so I went up there, and he threw a 40 at my car of beer.
He threw what?
A 40 of beer.
40 ounce beer.
Yeah.
He was probably drunk on all these times he ran into my car.
And what happened as a result of that?
We had an argument, and I left and went back to the apartment.
When did you finally separate from this gentleman?
Last November, I
So
moved
you
back
stayed
with my
with
parents.
him August and September and October, and November you left.
Yeah.
So, did you have the car fixed yet?
Not yet, because I don't have the money. He was supposed to be giving me money each week.
Let me see the rest of the damage to the car.
And I have an estimate, too.
This is where the 40 went on the
Yes.
car? And this is where he kicked the car?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's hear you. Let's start with the first incident in July.
All right.
You took the keys. She got her own keys. She came to find you. She shouldn't have done that, but she did it.
Yeah, and she chased me.
And she chased you.
Yeah, she's a little bit crazy.
Because I need my keys.
I don't want you to speak to him. Should have left the door open.
All right.
Give me, you should have needed your keys.
And then once we got to the parking lot where she pulled up behind me, this is how she messed up her own car. She put up behind me and she was like, what do you think you're doing? Who you got in the car? I was like, don't worry about it. Then she pushed her car on the back of my car and pushed her car like this. After we went back, because after we left that place, we went back to the house that we was over at. Then she tried to get out of her car and her door would not open. But what she did was try to force herself out of it, and then that's when the door was like that, from the fender being pushed back a little bit.
Are you
messed up
telling
the
me,
fender.
Mr. Smith, that you did not kick her car
I did not kick her car, ma'am.
on that occasion?
On that occasion, I did
All
not
right,
kick her
let's
car.
go to the 40-ounce beer bottle. You did throw that at the hood of her car, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh, okay, 40-ounce bottle of beer. I figured you did. And you did, in fact, back your car into hers.
Yes. Not purposely.
But
Yes,
you
you
did.
did.
Shh, just a second. But you did.
Not purposely. But yes, I did.
I don't care whether it was purpose. That's what an accident is.
Okay.
That's why they don't call it a non-purpose. They call it an accident. All right?
Okay.
So you admit to these two.
Yes.
Yes, but not the first one.
Correct.
I believe you. Let me see the estimates for the two.
It's
This
all
one-
on one.
Well, I'm going to take off for the first one.
If he did those other two, then don't you think he would do the first one, too?
No, I think that if he denied doing all three, then I might have a problem. But he doesn't. He admits to two of them.
Because
See, the reason
Just
why
not the first one.
if I ran into his car, he would have had damage to his car.
Well,
and he
you
don't have
did
any
do damage to my car. You threw a rock
No,
at my
there's not.
car.
Hey, don't fight with each other.
And also, the reason why I threw the beer bottle, she came and brought my little daughter up there on McKinley and just dropped her right on the ground, told me
Yeah,
to
'cause
come
you
get
don't know how
her.
to watch her.
But you don't do that to a kid, especially mine.
Bird, would you do me a favor? Are you used to looking at these things from body shops? You ever seen these things?
I've seen some.
You see, this is what he's responsible for. He's responsible for this, and he's responsible for this.
Then also, she also claimed that she was going to pay for my car also. I haven't received no money.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
what did she do to your car, sir?
I have a Beretta. And on the back of a Beretta, you have a plastic thing where you got your name of the Beretta. She threw a rock and broke my plastic off of there. Cost $379 to get fixed.
Did you get it fixed?
No, I didn't. She told me she was going to pay for it.
Did you counterclaim for that?
No, I didn't.
So that's a nice story.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Heather Crothers says ex-boyfriend Terrence Smith vandalized her car 3 times.
These 3?
Those 3 figures there.
All right. The damage that I find him responsible for is $310.81. Now, you have a child together?
Yes.
How old?
16 months.
Is that your only child?
Yes.
Child live with whom?
Lives with her.
Do you visit?
Yes, I do.
Don't pay
As a-
child support.
I fell behind because I lost a job. I used to work with her father until we separated, so had to go find another job. And then she got child support on me, with child support my child. Then I got terminated from that job, but I just started up another job last week. And I'm going to get caught up on my support, but it's like I have hard times trying to go pick up my daughter from her. That even, I think it was probably 2 weeks ago, I had to go over to her house and had to call the cops over there because she wouldn't let me use the car seat.
Why won't you get your own car seat?
I didn't have a job at the time.
Hey, let me give you a piece of advice. You picked him to father your child. You picked him. Now he's the father. So, you're not supposed to say nasty things about each other.
In front of our daughter, correct.
You're not supposed to do that at all.
And
Because
she
that
does
doesn't...
that all the time, the
Just a
N-word.
second. Go- Listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
You should have been smarter. Mr. Smith, before you make a baby with somebody, you're supposed to know all about them because then you are joined together for a very long time. And if you picked somebody who's got a nasty attitude, which is what you're suggesting, then you picked her, just like she picked you.
Correct.
But right now you have a child, and you're not supposed to do anything to make the child miserable. You understand?
Yes. The only day that he wants to ever pick her up is Sunday, and he has to go out on the weekends, which I don't think is fair because I have her all week, and then he just comes to get her on Sunday, which I can't go do anything.
I even got my...
Just a second. Why don't you stop being a baby?
I need time to myself, and he has all the time in the world to
It's
himself.
all about you.
Just a second. Why don't you stop being a baby?
I am.
You are a baby.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. If he wants to pick up his daughter on Sunday, that's when he wants to see her. He's supposed to work Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday. That's what he's supposed to do, right? He comes, picks up your child. If you work, which I assume you do, is that
Yeah.
right? Right?
Yes.
And somebody takes care of the baby during the day?
My mom.
Very good. So you see her when you come home from work?
Yes.
You see her in the evening?
Yes.
You tuck her in at bed at night?
Yes.
You see her in the morning before you go to work?
No.
Well, that's too bad. Why don't you see her every day, 6 days a week?
Yes.
Fine. One day he gets to see her. So you have your nails done on a different day. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $310.81. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
You know, she wouldn't be so childish. Maybe everything would have been better in our relationship, but all the driving around, crashing cars, it's all childish games.
He's the one childish. He goes to the bar Friday, Saturday night, didn't come home till 3 o'clock in the morning.
I should have been a little bit more of a man, thought about her thoughts, but at the same time, she still shouldn't have been crazy towards me.
And now the next case.
All parties on Wilson versus Watson. Step forward, please.
51-year-old operations coordinator Mary Wilson and her daughter, 19-year-old Natalie, are suing 39-year-old executive director of a home for single mothers, Teresa Watson, for the return of 2 months' rent.
Mrs. Wilson, I assume this is your daughter?
Yes.
Your daughter has a baby.
Yes.
And there came a time when you felt as if it was in everyone's best interest, I assume, for your daughter to enter a residence with her baby.
That's correct.
And you signed up for the defendant's residence. You have a transition housing
Yes.
for young mothers and their babies?
Yes.
It didn't work out. Your daughter left before the agreed time for her to stay there, and you want your rent deposit back. And the defendant says that your daughter actually left owing her money.
Yes.
When did your daughter enter the residence?
The 1st of March this year.
How old's your baby?
He's 11 months.
And what was the rent each month?
$350.
And how long did she stay in the residence?
1 month and 3 days.
And how much had you paid altogether?
$700.
So far, is all of that correct?
Yes.
Now, she left once the second month had already started, so I see you prorated the rent and you want $315 back.
That's correct.
Now I'll hear you.
Sisters by Choice is a tenant-landlord relationship, so therefore you are required to have a rental agreement and you are required to submit a 30-day notice. Natalie had been talking about a 30-day notice, however...
Do you have that contract?
Yes. The evening that she left, a lot of the paperwork that she was asked to complete was removed with her, but I do have an acknowledgement statement stating that she would give a 30-day notice upon leaving with her signature on it.
Okay, would you take a look at this? Okay. Did you give them a 30-day notice?
No, I had not. The night I left, they had thrown papers regarding rules and stuff and at 11 o'clock at night. And so when I had gone over the papers, I refused to sign only because I wanted my dad to look at them before I signed anything. My dad is an attorney and I wanted to make sure that they were appropriate rules. And so when I refused to sign them, I had been told that I had an hour to get out because I refused to sign papers.
Who told you that?
I'm not sure if he's the coordinator or the director.
They wanted you to sign off on some rules.
Right.
Had you looked at the rules?
Yes, I had seen them.
What rules were particularly problematic to you?
Something about like 5 o'clock in the morning, you would have to do Bible study and stuff. And I just was like, well, that's kind of funny because when you have kids and you need that
You
time.
have Bible study 5 o'clock in the morning?
No.
5 o'clock in the morning. Do you have Bible study at all?
We have morning devotions that start at 7:30. However, all of the house rules she signed when she first entered the program.
Can I see them, please?
Yes. And it states that we are a Christian-based organization, and part of our policy is to have Bible study and attend Sunday service. The rules that she's referring to about not willing to sign was actually a warning because she broke curfew that night and she was already at a probation period. And she needed to sign stating that she would not break further curfew,
What kind
and
of
she
curfew
refused.
what kind of curfew did she break?
As she said, she came in at 11 o'clock at night,
Where
and
was
the
her
rules
baby?
are 10 o'clock.
Where was her baby?
With her.
What were you doing out at 11 o'clock at night with your baby?
I don't ever remember even...
Try to remember. What were you doing out at 11 o'clock at night with your baby? Where were you?
I was currently with a friend, and I don't remember this ever occurring about
What do you mean you were currently with a friend? I'm asking you where you were that night at 11 o'clock with the baby, and what friend,
I
male
was
or
currently
female?
on base with my friend that I always went out with every day.
When you have a baby, you don't stay out till 11 o'clock at night. You stay home. There must have been a reason why your mother thought that you had to be in a residence rather than being home. I assumed that that was part of the problem. Is that a fair statement, Miss Wilson?
To some degree.
Of course. Now, your daughter called you sometime around midnight, April 3rd or into April 4th, and told you she wanted to come home. Is that right?
Actually, she told me she was being kicked out. And because of the fact that she was being kicked out and not giving 30 days notice because she wanted to leave is one of the reasons I'm pursuing the return of the rent.
Did you discuss with your daughter the fact that she had violated curfew?
This is information that is new to me right now.
Well, why did you think she was being kicked out?
I was told that there were rules that she was supposed to sign, that she wanted her dad to look at them first. And
Well, then
that
she gave you a big story because she's already signed all the rules, you see? These are all the rules right here. She signed off on each and every rule. What the defendant is telling me is that they wanted her to sign a statement that she would not violate the rules again by violating curfew, which she had done that night. And she took the paper and she threw it in their face, and they said, okay, you're out. Is that what happened?
Actually, we asked her to sign the paper. She said, I'm out of here. I didn't want to be here anyway. Approximately 2 weeks before then, I had given her a 30-day notice and asked her if she felt she wanted to sign it because she had been making statements, I don't like rules, I want to do my own thing, and that her parents basically forced her to come.
And as you see, she started filling out the 30-day, and then the next day her mother came and said, if you leave here, I'm going to call Child Protective Services and it's going to be an issue. She decided the next day, okay, I'm willing to stay 6 months and get the help. However, the friend that she remains on base with every day, all day, came by and they decided that it was appropriate to be out 11 o'clock at night.
You got it now? Do you understand? It wasn't house rules that she was being asked to sign. Your daughter entered this residence because this residence had certain structure that you felt as if she needed. Where does your daughter live now?
She's living in an apartment.
With her baby?
Yes.
Alone?
No, she's in shared rent.
With
shared
whom?
space with another couple and their child.
I don't know how long she's going to be at this place. You have a grandson or a granddaughter?
Grandson.
I suggest you stay close and not worry about $315. You've got bigger things to worry about. I think you know that. I'm just going to hear you very briefly. What money do you think she owes?
We watched Natalie's baby for 3 weeks while she was in school. That's not covered in a $350 rental. It's for the room.
Did you give her a bill for child care fees?
I explained to her mother the day after she came over, Natalie owed us for child care fees. She said, I'm not concerned about the child care fees. I said, well, you are responsible because you told me in the beginning that I will pay until she gets a job. So actually the $315 you need to get from your daughter because she owes us child care fees of $600.
Did you go to school?
Yes, I did.
Coach, just answer my question. You went to school how many days a week?
Here's the attendance sheet. It was not for 3 weeks.
I don't care how many days was it that you went to school?
7 days. The reason I didn't go to school a lot is because I would always complain to my mom. The babysitting was very poor and it was not on site. And
you got a problem. You have a problem. Deal with the problem. Put this behind you. Stop worrying about your $300. Your case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 84 on the calendar in the matter of Macumba versus Newby. You're welcome. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats.
Miss McCumber, according to the complaint that I have read, you were employed by the defendant as a babysitter for her 2 children, her little girl who was 5 and a baby who was a year and a half old. You claim that she fired you.
Yes.
She fired you owing you money.
Yes.
And she has some of your property. The defendant says that she owes you nothing and is counterclaiming because she says that because of your negligence, one of her children was hospitalized for 3 days. How did you come to work for her?
A friend of mine had gotten my number from her, and then she contacted me because I was going to start a child daycare center. And she didn't want to bring the children to my home, so I went to her home.
Are you a licensed daycare provider?
I'm getting my license.
So you are not a licensed
No.
daycare provider. Do you have your own children?
I have 1 son.
How old is your son?
He's 10 months.
So you would be watching 3 children.
Right.
And what was the salary arrangement?
I was supposed to get paid $15 a day for the baby and $12 a day for the 5-year-old.
So a total of $27 a day.
Correct. She was also to give me a 2-week notice if she wasn't gonna, if she was gonna have another babysitter.
Okay, is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
What's not correct?
There was no verbal agreement about a 2-week notice, either on my part or her part.
Okay. Were there any problems that occurred between the time you started to work for her, which was the 15th of February?
Correct.
And mid-April when you were fired?
There was a couple times where she had called me complaining that I was not taking care of her children right, that I wasn't giving them enough attention, I wasn't feeding them correct.
What happened in April?
I had to go and pick up my nephew from preschool, and I had told her on Monday I had to get him on Friday. And I took the children with me, and I had the baby and my son in a car seat, and I had the 5-year-old in the front seat with a seatbelt. When we got there, I went inside and grabbed my nephew.
That's not where you would normally put the 5-year-old, is that right?
No, I put her in the front seat just like her mom does.
There's no airbags in my car.
Go ahead.
When I got to the preschool, my son was sleeping, and the night before I had taken him to the emergency room. And I didn't get home until midnight, and my son did not sleep the rest of the night. So since he was sleeping, I didn't want to disturb him because it was the first time he had gotten to sleep. I knew I just had to go into the door, grab my nephew, and come right back out. So I didn't see any harm in leaving the 5-year-old with the 2 children since he was sleeping, running in and coming right back. I was gone maybe 1 to 2 minutes. That was it. Actually, the night before when I went to the emergency room, I had asked her to if she could find somebody else to watch her children because my son was so sick. She told me she would try to get her aunt.
Just a minute. We're going back. You left the 3 children in the car.
Correct.
And I assume you locked the car.
Yes.
Where do you live?
Kingman, Arizona.
What was the temperature in April?
It was probably like 80, 85 at the time.
Did you leave the car on or off?
I left it off with the windows rolled down.
With the windows rolled down?
The
windows were up.
Just a second. So anybody could have come in the car in that minute or two?
There were people outside, and I had asked one of the teachers to watch the car.
How old was your nephew that you were picking up?
4.
Where did you put your nephew in the car?
In the back seat.
Strapped in?
Yes.
Why didn't you put her 5-year-old there?
Because I let her be in the front seat so she could see everything, and I figured since I was
She can't
watching
see
her...
a thing. She's 5 years old. She can't see over that. All she's looking at is the dashboard.
My nephew likes to be in the back seat with his cousin. That's why I put him back there. I always put him back there.
Have you picked your nephew up from school before with the children?
Yes.
With or without her permission?
With.
Is that right?
Before, not this time. Yes, this time was without my permission. I told her not to leave.
That's not true.
Okay. What time did you get home with the children?
Noon.
Go ahead.
When I got back to the house, my son had gotten a higher temperature. I called Chastity at work to find out about, calling her aunt to be there. She told me that she couldn't call because she was too busy, that when her husband got home that I could have him call the aunt to see if the aunt could come. When he did come home, probably about 10 minutes after I called her, when he got out of the car, he started cussing, saying that he shouldn't have even came home.
So what did you do?
He told me to go ahead and leave. When I returned home, after being at the doctor's all day, my girlfriend was there because she comes over every day from when her husband works. When she called my girlfriend, she started cussing and saying I was a bad mother, that I was neglectful, and that I shouldn't have been able to babysit her children.
Did she speak to you?
I called her back. She told me that I neglected the children, that she was going to file a police report on me if I filed a small claims on her. She said that I shouldn't be allowed to watch children because I was unstable. Then she told me that she didn't want me to watch her kids again, and I told her fine.
Had you been paid for that week?
No, she did not pay me for that week.
And how many hours did you work that week?
I worked Monday,
Tuesday,
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
You didn't work Thursday?
Half day.
Not even a half day. $27 a day?
Correct.
$81 for the 3 days?
Correct.
So what are you suing her for $415.98 for?
For the 2-week notice that we verbally agreed to, and she's got some of my belongings.
Now, what belongings do you claim she has?
She has a black sweater that I had left that day.
Do you have a black sweater of hers?
Not a black sweater. I have a stuffed animal dog of hers. I have a box of baby cereal and a little thing of juice. That's all I have
And
at
a
my
can of
house.
formula.
Oh, come on. You're talking about nonsense, Miss McCumber.
When it's $20 a can.
Wick pays for it, though, so.
Just a second. You have those things? You have some
Yes,
formula?
I do.
Fine. Put them in a shopping bag and we'll make arrangements for those things to come back to her. All right. You want to tell me your version of the events
please.
that happened, and I assume you want to tell me something of your counterclaim.
Yes. Charity did watch my children for 2.5 months. Within that time, we had a couple problems. I asked her to feed my kids nutritionally. I didn't want them fed hot dogs or Pop-Tarts every single day, and that was one of the problems.
No.
And
don't interrupt her. She didn't interrupt you.
the reason I knew this is there was a couple occasions where I would always ask, how did the kids eat today? What did they eat? And she would tell me, oh, they had a cheese sandwich and applesauce. Well,
Miss Newby,
the applesauce jar wasn't even open, so she would lie about what she fed them.
Let me tell you this. Finding proper child care for working parents is a very difficult thing, and sometimes you blink and turn the other way if things aren't 100% perfect. But I would assume, Ms. Newby, that if you felt as if she was really neglecting your children, you wouldn't have allowed her to watch your children for 2.5 months.
She had promised and said she would do better, that she wouldn't lie anymore, that she would take better care of the children, she would take my kids outside. And as far as her leaving with my kids in the car, that was another problem. She had gone 2 other times with my permission. She had called me at work, told me it was an emergency. I said, okay. Then I talked to her about it, and I told her I did not want it to happen again.
So you didn't give her permission?
She called me at work. She asked me, which she had already taken them. And I told her no. And when I got home, first my husband told me, you know, she brought the little boy over again today. She took him, and then my daughter told me they had been left in the car with the windows rolled up and the doors locked.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Charity McCumber says former client Chastity Newby owes her for babysitting fees and the return of personal belongings.
Go ahead.
My youngest daughter all week had a bad diaper rash, and every night I would come home and...
All week? You mean the last week?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
And I would come home, and by the next morning, I would have it just about gone, and then the next day I would come home, and it was back terribly, bleeding bad. She didn't have permission to take my children. She shouldn't have done it. She asked me. I told her, no, you don't leave children in a car under any circumstances.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Not even for a minute. Not for a minute or two, and it takes more than a minute or two to go in, sign a child out of daycare. Even if it takes 3 or 4 minutes, you don't leave 3 children in a car in 85-degree weather, locked in a car. Not for a minute. But you have a counterclaim. You want to tell me about the counterclaim you have?
My youngest daughter was severely dehydrated. I took her to the doctor Friday, and we tried to bring her back home and get her hydrated at home, which we couldn't do. She was back in the emergency room Saturday being IV'd. She ended up being admitted, and she stayed 3 nights, I believe, for dehydration. And I believe most of it was Charity's care.
It may be, but you understand for a counterclaim such as yours, you need some medical proof of that.
Mm-hmm.
The circumstance of her having been in the plaintiff's care and then being hospitalized doesn't necessarily make a case for a counterclaim. You understand that? Okay. So I'm going to have to dismiss your counterclaim, but I'm going to get to your claim. Ms. McCumber, I find that even if there was an agreement to give you 2 weeks' notice, you breached your contract of care for the defendant's 2 children when you took them without her permission. And even if you had her permission, if you took them on an errand and even for 30 seconds locked them in a car, never, you will never, if they have this information, get a daycare license, because that is such poor judgment to leave a 5-year-old in a car watching 2 infants in a locked car. There is never an emergency that would permit that. And you did it because you didn't want to disturb your baby.
Correct.
Because, well, that's outrageous. That's outrageous. You had an obligation to disturb your baby's sleep, to take all 3 children out of the car, go into the daycare center, pick up your nephew if it was an emergency, come back and hope that your son fell back to sleep. But because you didn't want to inconvenience or disturb your son's sleep, you placed all 3 children at risk. So even if there was an agreement for 2 weeks' notice, I found that you breached your agreement to provide adequate care for the children. However, you have to pay her for the 3 days that she worked for you. Because if you were dissatisfied with her care of the children, and if you felt Monday that your daughter had a diaper rash, and you let her take care of your children on Tuesday, and the diaper rash came back and it was even more aggravated, and then Wednesday you let her do it again, that's poor judgment on your part.
Right.
Right? Sometimes necessity forces you to do that. But that's poor judgment on your part. That doesn't negate the fact that she performed a service for you for 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and you owe her $81, judgment for the plaintiff.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I've tried to quit before, and you begged me.
She wouldn't let her. She
No.
begged her to
So,
come back.
Yep. She didn't take care of them. She didn't feed them. She left them in a car on an 85-degree day. That's neglect.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Ball versus Ball. Step forward, please.
36-year-old tanning salon owner Wanda Ball is suing her ex-husband, 40-year-old carpenter Gary Ball, for the cost of storing his belongings while he was in prison.
According to your complaint, your former husband was incarcerated for a period of time. While he was incarcerated, you paid for a storage unit for some of his property, and when he was released from jail, he refuses to pay you for the stuff that you were storing.
Correct.
What were the storage fees?
The total was $790.
And tell me how it came about that you started to pay for the storage unit.
When he was incarcerated, he had asked my son to take care of his storage, which had a bunch of his tools in it. What had happened is my son was with him when the police pulled Gary over, and they arrested Gary and took him to jail. My son is the one who had the key to the storage unit that Gary had gave to him.
Could you come up here for a moment? Tell me your name.
Keith Ball.
Keith, how old are you?
14.
Do you remember having a conversation with your dad about the things that he had in storage?
Yes, ma'am.
What did he tell you?
Just keep the storage for him, and that's all we have.
Did he give you the key?
Yeah.
When did he give you the key, Keith?
Before he went to the car.
Before he went to the police car?
Yeah.
Have a seat, Keith. Very good. All right. What was the next thing that you did?
The next thing that I did is I contacted his family. His family said that they were not going to pay for it. They were just going to let him lose $10,000 worth of his equipment that was in the storage unit.
Go ahead.
When he went to jail, he had made a collect call, and he contacted me and told me what was going on. I knew he was going to be sent away to prison for a year. Gary asked me to pay for the storage unit.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm ready for you.
Okay. Well, I'm a self-employed carpenter. Well, right now I'm working in a trailer factory. Me and Juana's been divorced for 12 years, but we actually have lived together 4 or 5 or 6 years in between then. I've been to prison before in '96 for a year, and she took care of my
Wow.
stuff for criminal mischief. She took
Right.
care of my stuff, and she gave my stuff back to me when I got out. And after that, we even got back together for a year or two.
All right, let's talk about this date, sir. You picked up in February of 2000. Your son's in the car with you. Were you picked up for a parole violation?
Probation.
Probation violation.
Right.
And what was the original charge?
A battery.
That's more than criminal mischief.
That's '96 was the criminal mischief.
Did you hand your son the key to the storage unit?
Yes, I did.
What did you say to your son?
To take care of this is our inheritance, this is our investment, that I'm going to be going to prison.
Well, you knew your son didn't have any money, right?
Right.
So you expected the plaintiff to pay for the storage unit.
Actually, we had talked on the phone, and we talked about selling this stuff.
Yes?
And
Is that what you wanted her to
she
do?
could give me much as money she wanted to, and she could keep the... That's what I asked her to do at first, to sell it.
Just a second. So at first you asked her to sell all your tools.
Right.
Well, that wouldn't give you a way of earning a living.
Right, but it would actually maybe give me a lawyer and make my sentence a little less.
Did you change your mind about selling your stuff?
Actually, I was glad she did, because actually I make more money with this equipment than I do working inside the factory.
So you've been out of prison now for 6 months,
Right.
and you make more money now.
Actually, I'm still in the trailer factory because my parole officer wants me to stay inside the factory, and she wants me to stay inside the factory because of the insurance, and she makes sure she gets a check every week for support.
You mean you work and you pay for child support?
Right.
Sounds right. Where are your tools now?
My tools are...
Now look at me. Where are your tools now?
My tools are in my sister's garage.
Why weren't they in your sister's garage before?
I asked them plenty of times to get with my brother and my sisters to get my tools out of there before they double locked it. Matter of fact, when I got out, it was double locked. She gave me the money to get the double lock off so that I could get my
How
tools
much
out of it.
did she give you?
$190, and I did give that $190 back to her.
Your Honor, he is lying. He never gave me $190.
All right, Mr. Ball, one must only assume that you paid for the storage unit because your sister's garage was not available at the time. Otherwise, somebody who's earning a moderate amount of money doesn't pay for a storage unit. So you intended to keep your stuff in the storage unit and use it as necessary. Is that a fair statement?
Right.
And the fact that you went to jail and she was very nice and paid for the storage unit for you while you were in jail because at 8 cents an hour you weren't going to be able to pay for it yourself, why should she be stuck behind the 8 ball for $790?
Well, actually, she really took care of something that's going to help her out. I do maintenance on her salons. I do maintenance on her rental properties.
Charge her.
Well,
He does
that's
not.
what
Shh, just a minute, charge her.
That's what will happen.
Charge her. If she thinks your prices are too steep, she'll get somebody else to do it.
Right.
Very nice. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $790.
Thank you.
That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Now, this is case number 123 on the calendar in the matter of Gregory versus Billsbach Termont. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Miss Gregory, according to your complaint, you owned some real estate that was rental property. You rented it to the two defendants and claimed that during the course of their tenancy, they trashed your property. They say they did nothing to your property but normal wear and tear, that they had some parties there that you were aware of, and they are counterclaiming. They say that during a snowstorm, you failed to plow the driveway, which caused their car to catch on fire. When did this lease begin?
The 1st of August in 2000.
How long was the lease?
It was a month-to-month affair because this is a property that I was trying to sell.
So you didn't have a written lease?
Yes, I do have a written lease.
Can I see it, please? Okay, so they rented the property on August 1st. When did you first see any damage to the property?
Well, I was getting complaints from neighbors.
What was the date?
Probably in October. It became obvious that they were having parties there and so forth.
Okay, when was the next time you were alerted that there may be any problem with the property?
Well, as the snow left and I could see that the land was fairly well destroyed all around the place from four-wheeling and so forth, but the final blow, I guess, came when the neighbors were complaining to the point where they were telling me I had to get rid of them. And that's when I went out in the first part of April, you know, discovered the...
I see some pictures there.
Yes.
So let me see the photographs.
Now, I should have sorted through. They're not all wonderful.
Is this a trailer?
It's a mobile home that has been built onto, and it's about 2,000 square foot.
Were these holes in the wall or anything else there when you rented it to them?
No, we were having some leakage with the roof, and they said that they could take care of that if I would buy the materials, which I did, and I have my receipts for that.
What I'm asking you, madam, is I'm going to show you some pictures. What I'd like you to do is take a look at these photographs and tell me whether this is the way the property looked when you rented it to them.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
No.
Would you show this to these two people? What is that?
That's a wall that's falling down.
No, it isn't. It's not a wall that's falling down. You want to explain that to me?
There were holes in the wall that were caused by parties that we had out there.
Okay, period. Good.
That's our refrigerator, Your Honor.
Is that the way it was when you got it?
That was our refrigerator when we moved in.
Oh, good. So I don't have to look at the refrigerator. Perfect. They bought the refrigerator, right? Madam.
That doesn't ring a bell with me.
Well, if it doesn't ring a bell with you, they say that they bought the refrigerator. I trust that they bought the refrigerator.
There were 2 refrigerators there. I'm sorry.
Same party?
Yes.
You got some nerve. What's wrong with you? Huh? What is wrong with you?
Well, in the beginning, when we rented the property, Sherry told us our deposit wasn't for the trailer. She didn't care about the trailer. She said, trash it or fix it. Those were her exact words. She don't care. Trash it or fix it. It's up to you. We fixed it in the first place. The roof got so bad. The house was totally unlivable. There was no hot water, no furnace.
So move. So
That's what we
move.
did.
You aren't being held a prisoner.
Also, before we...
I'm not finished with you. If the trailer is not habitable because there's no heat, no hot water, you have the ability to get out of this lease, right?
Correct.
You don't do this to somebody else's property. Nobody says trash it. Nobody normal. She's not abnormal.
Those were her words. Trash it or fix it.
Bull. Not common sense, unless somebody is on heavy doses of something. And if you live in a place, and assuming that she was having a mental lapse and said that to you, you still don't do this. So you have to pay for all the damage.
Maybe half the reason why she didn't care that we trashed it is she told me once that she had that trailer insured at over $30,000. It'd make a nice insurance claim. And that trailer is appraised at a little over $3,000 for the whole trailer. The roof damage well exceeds the $3,000 to have that roof repaired. So basically the trailer's worth nothing. And
Why
she
didn't you
hasn't
just live
insured-
there peacefully? I mean, what joy does somebody get in causing this kind of damage? What joy?
Teenage kids.
When we moved in,
If
Your
you're,
Honor,
just a second. Did you move from your family's house into this property?
yes, Your Honor.
Did you do this to your parents' house?
No, Your Honor.
Then you know better. It's not as if you weren't housebroken. You were, in fact, housebroken.
When we moved in, Your Honor, the previous tenant had been convicted of trafficking meth, and the FBI had just done a raid on that exact trailer when we moved in. The place was completely unlivable. We spent over 40 hours fixing it up.
And what did you have to do?
We had to pick up heroin needles.
Motorcycles in our living room, our kitchen.
What did you do
About
with
10
them?
of them.
What did you do with them?
We had the salvage yard come pick them up.
Did you sell them to the salvage yard?
No.
You just gave them away?
Yes.
They were not worth anything. They were torn into parts.
Sherry told us
to get rid of them.
Yeah, she told us that it was our responsibility to clean up the trailer. In the lease it
So
says...
it says that you clean up the trailer. She's selling it as is. So far, I don't hear about anything like this.
Well,
I
when
heard you
we
got
moved
rid of a
in,
lot of junk inside.
The roof was always leaking when we moved in, and we never said it was no problem that could fix it because the roof was in bad condition when we moved in. She had already had a professional contractor come out there and do the exact same thing that she bought us materials for. And the roof still was leaking, and there was no way we could get it repaired
Why would you fix the roof and do this to the walls?
because the roof was completely collapsing. When we first moved in, we tried as hard as we could to put up the roofing materials, but it didn't stop it. And that whole, there's 3 sections of the trailer. That third
if
section...
you notice that I didn't show you any pictures of the collapsing where there looks like there were leaks coming in. She's got them here. I didn't show you those. Because if you were renting a place and had a leaky roof, I don't hold you responsible for that at all. This I hold you responsible for. This doesn't come from a leaky roof.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sherry Gregory says former tenants Joel Termott and Chris Bilsbach trashed her property. Joel and Chris say Sherry is a con artist.
According to you, you were just following instructions, right?
Not necessarily following instructions, but knowing in the... You put 3 kids under the age of 19 in a house on a farm. You know what they're going to do, and you tell them they can trash it or fix it.
When we moved out
As a
there,
landlord, would any landlord do that and not expect this to happen?
when we moved out there, we told her...
May I please see the estimates of your damage?
Your Honor, I have one statement here from the insurance company, which has paid a portion of that, okay?
I want to see the estimates of the damage that were not paid by your insurance.
That's this document.
Let me see what she's got for me. No, listen. First of all, strike out roof leaks, water damage. That was a problem that existed before they moved in, and it's your responsibility to take care of it. Carpet throughout. I can't tell what damage they caused and what damage your previous tenant caused because it seems to me that you did not examine that property before they moved in.
I did.
No, because I believe them when they said that they found needles in there, motorcycle parts in the trailer, and all that other kind of stuff that you told them to get rid of. Because in your lease it says that they take the property exactly as it's turned over to them. And I believe them because they were at least honest enough to say to me, I caused this, it was parties. And that's what happens when you rent to teenagers. I mean, that's pretty honest and damning. So I believe that there was a lot of junk in that place when they moved in. So how do I know when the damage was done to the carpet?
The carpet thing, the main carpet damage that I was talking about there was just where the roof had leaked and made
strike that. That's your responsibility.
I'm not talking about carpet throughout.
Outside debris cleanup. Do you have a bill for that?
I've got a man out there working now. It's just way too short a time to get a total estimate on it. And with the grass growing tall...
I can't help you unless I have a bill. This is you.
Right.
I need bills.
Your Honor, could I add one thing?
Yes.
She claims that she gave us our eviction notice on the 1st of April. We received our eviction notice on the 20th of April, which she had dated the 1st. So
Okay.
we'd only have 10 days, 11 days to get out. which was a totally false statement on the eviction notice. We were out within the week, within 7 days. We came out there within the last day, before the end of the month, and there was someone already living out there, cleaning up, doing work out there, re-drywalling, stuff like that. This is all stuff that I'm sure she's not paying him. I'm sure he's living there, he's fixing it up. She's telling him the same exact thing that she told us when we moved in there.
Just a minute.
Fix it.
Doesn't make what you did to the property right.
No.
Okay.
But she's got someone living there while we were still paying rent, where we were still supposed to be living there. She's got someone there just because she knew we were out.
Who's living there now?
The person he's talking about did not have permission to be there at that time. I didn't know that person was there. He was someone that was wanting to rent it because I had, when I called and...
Is he still there?
2 different people.
Who's living there?
Mark.
When did Mark move in?
The 10th or 11th of May.
That's not correct, Your Honor. We went back before the 1st of May, and I went in my room to get some stuff that I still had there, and there was like 3 snakes and a bunch of hamsters living in my bedroom, and that was before the 1st of May.
All right. Interior debris cleanup. Yeah, you're going to pay for that, boys.
We came
But
back
I'm allocating $200 to clean it up. Now,
We had till the 1st. We went out there the 28th to clean up that weekend.
why didn't you clean up before you moved out?
We moved all our personal stuff out.
Why
We went
didn't
back
you
to
clean up before you moved out?
This is 7 days after we got the eviction notice. We were out. We went back to clean up on the 7th day. Someone else was already living there.
Okay. Approximately 3 acres. Seeding? You have a bill for that?
My farmer tenant out there will do that work. He has never presented me with his...
Then I can't help you, Miss Gregory. I need bills. How do I know whether it costs $3,000 to reseed 3 acres? How do I know that? All I know is that you can go and you can rent a spreader for $20, and for another $50, you can buy a whole bunch of seed. Is that right?
I'm not a farmer.
Your Honor.
Well, I know. I mean, I know a little bit about that, and if you want to, then you spread it. And you spread it, and grass grows. You have $3,000.
Your Honor.
Ms. Gregory, it's ridiculous. I mean, do you want me to dismiss this case without prejudice? Go and get bills?
Yeah.
Go and get estimates? I'm
May
not
I?
going to do anything.
May I say?
Sure.
This is land that is not just needs seeding, it needs completely smoothed out because of all the ruts and everything from the four-wheeling and driving on areas that never should have been driven on.
Well, Ms. Gregory, you have your choice, madam. Do you want me to dismiss your case without prejudice? You can refile it at some later point when you get the estimates for these things? Or do you want me to continue? If I continue, I have no idea what I'm going to come up with. So far, I got $200 because that's what it looks like it would cost anybody to spend 4 hours in cleaning up the mess that they left inside. That's it. What do you want to do? You need proof when you come to court. This is not proof. A prepared statement is not proof of damage.
Well, I asked for this from both the tenant farmer that will do the work on the land and from the guy that is doing the repairs on the house. And he didn't submit that to me. He said, Sherry, the minimum it's going to take on that roof and the water damage part is $2,500.
We didn't cause the roof and water damage, Your Honor.
I struck out the water damage because that was a problem before they moved in.
It was supposed to have been repaired by them. I bought them materials to take care of it.
That's your problem. Tenants don't do that. And if you rented the property to 2 teenagers and you tell them that the roof leaks, I'm going to buy you material and fix it, and if you have a real interest in your property, then what you do is you go back 3 weeks later and check your property and see if it's been done properly. What do you mean,
No, I mean,
Give me
it's
a break.
something
How much did you get from the insurance company?
Here,
Just tell me how much you got from the insurance company.
$12,329.31.
For, quiet. For all the damage.
For the things that they had listed.
Your Honor, I have a copy from the county assessor appraising the trailer that she got insurance money for.
She got $12,000 from the insurance company. She can take care of the property from that. I just finished plaintiff's case. Let's get to your nonsense. She didn't plow the driveway? Huh?
She told, we live in the middle of the country. The driveway has a very big incline.
Yeah.
Because of that, it's hard to get up when there's a big snow, and the fact that it drifts twice as high as much snowfall as you have.
So?
She told us, we were telling her we had problems getting up the driveway. She's like, well, I'll have the farmer or a neighbor come plow the driveway. Never seen it. Never came around.
No. She said have the farmer or the neighbor plow the driveway.
Yeah, someone that she knew that had a plow would come out and
No,
clean our
that's not
driveway.
what you just said. You just said to me, she said to you, have the farmer or the neighbor plow the driveway.
Yes, her as the landlord was going to take care of it. It was her
No,
responsibility.
did she say that?
Yes.
No. I don't believe she said that. She said have one of your neighbors take care of that.
No, she didn't tell us to have it done.
Really?
She said she was going to have it done.
When did she tell you that?
We don't know the farmer. We don't know the neighbors. The
Oh,
neighbors
they don't
are-
want to know you. I got
The
news for
neighbors
you.
she's talking about, she has sold part of this 80 acres too.
Okay. And when was the first time that you had a problem with snow?
We had,
Give me the date. First date you had a problem with snow.
well, in Nebraska, it snows from November till
So the first problem you had was in November?
probably more like October.
So the first problem that you had was in October and you couldn't get your car out?
The thing is it wasn't the fact that I got it stuck, it was the fact I left it at the house and rode to work with him, or rode to school with him, because he had a four-wheel drive. I knew I wouldn't make it out.
Tell me whose car exploded.
That was mine, Your Honor.
Well, how did that happen?
Fire department says it caught on fire.
Don't tell me what the fire department says.
It caught on
That's
fire because it
hearsay.
got stuck
Where did it get stuck?
in the driveway.
Yes, and you tried to start it? I mean, it
Tried.
didn't.
It was
didn't
running when I got stuck.
Spontaneous combustion. It didn't just explode because it wasn't.
No,
like
it caught on
sitting-
fire. The tires caught the engine on fire.
Yes, because you kept trying to move it. I assume you were trying to move it.
Well, as soon as it got stuck, yes, I tried getting out. I didn't try and get out for, 10 minutes. I tried to get out, 30 seconds. I knew I was stuck. I mean, it was buried. The car was completely not going anywhere. I turned it off, walked up to the house in sub-negative 30-degree weather, went up to the house, and I couldn't see the car from the driveway. The car burned up. The fire department called me, said, your car's on fire.
Oh, okay. So what do you want from me? What do you want from her?
Well, it's a countersuit. She said, and as a landlord, she was going to take care of having the driveway plowed.
And if she didn't take care of
She
it,
told me
starting.
she was
Listen,
gonna-
hey, listen to me carefully. When did your car catch on fire? What month?
December.
December. If she told you initially, and you say it starts to snow in October in Nebraska, that she was going to plow, and she didn't plow, you know what you do? Move! October, move November, move December. You're not a prisoner there. You don't like the leaks, you move. You don't like the heat, you move. You don't trash it. You don't blame her for anything. You get out. So, you got $12,000 from the insurance company? Good. You have no case because you have no proof of any additional damage. You have no case. Period. Driveway wasn't plowed. You don't want to get out a shovel and plow your car. You drive with him. He couldn't move his car. Move. Don't rent to teenagers anymore. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Counts case number 33 on the calendar in the matter of Castellano versus Moreno. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Miss Castellano, you're driving along in your car and you hear something.
Yes, I do.
Tell me, describe what you heard.
It was just a loud thump.
A thump?
Thump.
A thump. That's what you said in here.
Yes.
A thump. What did you do?
I immediately pulled over and I noticed that there was egg on my vehicle.
So an egg hit your car?
It looked like maybe more than one, but I don't know.
Well, it could have only been one egg because all you heard was one thump, right?
I believe so.
You heard one thump, you got out, you looked, and there was egg droppings on your car.
Yes.
And it is your claim that the defendant's son threw the egg. It caused damage to your car, which you estimated over $2,000.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay,
that's
so what
the
makes you first think it was the defendant's son?
There was a group of children standing on the side of the road.
How many children?
Probably 3 or 4. And I went up to them and I said, you just threw something at my car, and they said, I'm sorry, and they seemed like they were a little bit afraid, and then the father came out, Mr. Marino came out, and I told him that I believe your children had thrown something at my vehicle, and then he talked to his son, and then he came back to me and said he would take full responsibility for it. He told me to get an estimate, get the car washed, and he would take care of it.
Miss Castellano, let us assume for the moment that the defendant's son was involved in throwing an egg at your car. You're the son?
Yes.
Who threw the egg at the car?
Juan.
Juan. Who's Juan? Is that a friend of yours?
Yes.
Step up. Did you throw the egg at the car?
Yes.
Did he throw anything at the car?
No.
Why'd you throw an egg at her car?
It was an accident. Cause
You don't throw an egg by accident.
No, cause we played with an egg, and I threw it at him, and he went down, and I threw the egg, and it hit the vehicle.
He hit the car. Did you tell this lady that you had hit her car with an egg?
No,
Why?
because I was afraid.
Did you know who hit the car with the egg?
Yes.
Did you admit that you hit the car with the egg?
No.
No. Okay. But you say the father said he would take care of the damage. Now, what I want to see, Ms. Castellano, is $2,369 caused by one egg hitting your car. That's what I found suspect.
It dented the vehicle, and that's why I thought maybe it was more than like a stone or something.
No, it was
It's
an
a
egg.
brand
You
new
saw
vehicle.
the egg on the car.
Yeah,
you
I-
said you
I-
saw the egg on the car. You heard one
Yes.
thump. So it was one thump, which was an egg. Not two, not stones, not rocks. You point to several different areas, madam. You've got dents in 2 spots on your car.
There is one major dent. Those are pictures that I did take of several different ways because it's a black Expedition.
No, you're
and
making circles in various places. One looks like on the bumper and one looks like on the side of the car.
There is on the side of the car scratches from what I brought it right over to get an estimate on this vehicle, and they noticed that there were from the egg or the stone, whatever it was that was thrown at my car. I know it was an egg, but it could have been something else with that because it scratched the side of my vehicle. It's a brand new vehicle, and I agree with you. I thought that it was a lot of money, but
It is a lot of money. It is a lot of money. And you're suing the wrong person for all this money.
My son's friends that were in the car know Mr. Marino's child.
Yes.
And he saw him do it.
Really? Who saw him do it? Raise your hand. Really? You saw him do it?
Yes.
This was during the day or at night?
At night.
What time at night?
I'd say around 9:30.
Who wants to go first? Perfect. Who are you?
My name is Brandon Castellano.
You know Juan?
I've never met them.
You've never met either one of them?
No.
And so tell me what you saw.
We were driving from San Diego, so we were
Yes.
coming home. I turned to the right, you know how you see people on the side when you're looking, and I seen someone throw the egg. I seen Hector Moreno throw
How
the
did
egg.
you'd never seen him before?
No, but I can recognize him because I saw him.
Really?
Yes.
What was so clear about Mr. Marino that you know it was Mr. Marino as opposed to Juan?
Because I got a good look at him. He was wearing a white shirt.
So my question is, are you identifying him by virtue of the clothes he was wearing or his face?
Both. I've seen his face and his clothes.
When?
When I turned to the right and I seen him throw the egg.
When you went up to the house, did you go with your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you say to your mother?
I pointed him out and said that was the one that threw the egg.
Without question, you pointed him out?
Without question, I know, without a doubt.
Is that right?
No. He came up to me and was cussing at me.
At you?
Yes.
Was he cursing at anybody else?
Him.
What was he saying to Juan?
Like the F word and all that, and something about Mexicans.
According to you, Ms. Castellano, you said in your complaint, my son and his friends got out of the car and told the other boys, not boys, that they saw them throw something at my car. Little Hector Marino, Jr., that's you, said, I'm sorry. Did you say that?
I didn't say that.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Julie Castellano says 13-year-old Hector Moreno Jr. threw an egg at her car. She wants Hector Sr. to pay for the damage.
What did you say?
Nothing, because my dad came out and he said to go inside.
So what did your son tell you, Mr. Marino?
When I heard something, that somebody was yelling outside of my house, I went out. They said, what happened? I asked them. They say...
Who's they?
Them. Juan, his brother, and another 2 boys that they were. And I say, what happened? And he says, I don't know. And
Who's
then
they? One boy is talking to you. Your son spoke to you.
My-
What did he say to you, Mr. Marino?
I asked them.
You asked him. I want to know what you asked your son.
I asked my son, what happened?
And what did your son tell you?
He said, I don't know. He told me, I don't know. And I said, well, you don't know. What's happened with the car? Because I saw she was something in the car. He says, I don't know. I said, get into the house. And then Miss Castellano, she says, your son threw an egg to my car. And I asked them who did it, and everybody was,
I don't know.
okay. And she says, there is the egg in my car, and you can feel the scratch in the chrome molding. And I say, it's okay. Take it to the car wash, and I prepare the car wash, come
She
back
said
tomorrow.
you could see the scratch on the chrome molding,
Yes.
not on the side of the car.
No, she point me and she made me to feel the chrome molding. And I say, it's okay. Just take it to the car wash. You come back tomorrow, and during the day, we'll see the damage and we'll see what we can do. 3 days later, she sent me a bill for $2,500.
Out of the question. It's out of the question even if your son threw an egg at her car. But you lied to your father because you knew what happened with the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you said, I don't know anything. You knew what happened.
Yeah, and then I told my mom inside. I told her what happened.
But you lied to your father.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you lied too when you said, I didn't know anything.
Because I was afraid.
Well, when did you finally tell the truth?
When he was like going to talk with us about the damage.
All right. What I want to see is the estimate that you have for this car, Mr. Castellano.
I have the first estimate that I got.
Let me just take a look at it. I just want to see what these estimates generally look like. Point of impact, right front. 18 days to repair.
That's why I don't know if it was just an egg. I mean, I know I heard a thump, but it could have been a number of eggs. It could have been something because my car had nothing, no dent,
Miss
no
Castellano.
scratches in it before.
Miss Castellano.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm looking at the damages that you are attributing to this one thud on your car, where, according to the defendant's father, and you agreed with that you actually walked over with him and made him touch where the goo was of the egg. Right? You heard one thump, one. So unless there was some sort of rock or abrasive material plucked in this egg, which is highly doubtful, it was an egg that hit your car, not for $2,500 worth of damage on the bumper. It just doesn't happen. But in any event, I am not satisfied that this young man did it. I have another young man who acknowledges that he did. I think you ought to sue his family. And if the case comes before me, then we'll get down to more of the basics as to what kind of damage an egg causes to a car that requires 18 days to repair. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I have the witness here that actually saw little Mr. Hector Marino throw it.
He didn't do that. It was his friend.
And now the next case.
All parties on Ugarte versus Expedia. Step forward, please.
37-year-old shutter builder Yvonne Ugarte is suing her ex-boyfriend, 37-year-old carpenter Victor Espedia, for unpaid bail money and the cost of a new car engine.
Ms. Ugarte, you and the defendant were involved in a relationship.
Yes.
And your lawsuit seeks two things. First, the return of a loan that you made to him for bail money.
Yes.
And the second is for $1,300 that you paid for a new engine for his car or truck.
Yes.
How much was the bail?
Well, it was $1,010, but what he owes me is $810.
Your defense is you say that you were arrested on a domestic violence charge having nothing to do with the plaintiff. You were thoroughly prepared to stay in jail until your arraignment. You didn't ask her to bail you out, and therefore you don't feel as if you owe her the bail money.
That's correct.
Right? And as far as the car engine was concerned, it is your claim that you exchanged gifts. You bought her a ring, and she bought you an engine. So you're even.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
Were you living together at the time he was arrested?
Yes, he doesn't know this, but he's going to know now. He had a warrant, like he said, on domestic violence with his ex-mother of his other 5 kids. He was getting bad, using drugs with... Okay.
Shh, just listen to me. Shh, don't know. He was arrested.
Okay, he was arrested.
Does he call you from jail?
Okay, yes, he called me at work.
And what did he say when he called you?
To go pick up $200 from his mother.
Right.
Okay, I came up with $300.
No.
Okay.
He told you to go pick up $200 from
Yes.
his mother.
And he wanted me to bail him out. So
I told her to wait.
Don't interrupt again. Look at me. Did you hear me?
I understand.
Perfect. Okay, so you went to his mother's house and you picked up $200.
Yes. And then I got $300 of my own.
Yes.
And I went and picked up my friend, Cynthia, who's also co-signed to bail him out.
How much money did you put in?
$300.
So how does he owe you $810?
Well, because that's how much I have to pay back to the bail's bond man. I have everything here.
Let me see.
And that's everything that I've paid so far as receipts.
Okay, so you paid the money.
Yes.
Did you have any conversations when he came home?
Yes, we did.
Like what?
That we were going to go to my friend Cindy's house and say thank you because she didn't have to do that.
Did you go over to Cindy's house with him?
Yes, we did.
And what did he say to Cindy?
He told her thank you because she was the one with the credit.
And what happened with that case?
I got work project.
Did that case go to trial?
No.
So you pled guilty,
Right.
but you appeared in court when you were supposed to.
I appeared in court 3 days after she bailed me out. That's
Fine.
when I was supposed to go to court.
I understand.
I asked her to wait until that court date to see if they were going to let me out or not.
That's
But
not
she went
true.
ahead and bailed me out anyways.
Did your mother give her $200?
Yes, she did.
Had you spoken to your mother from jail?
No.
Well, how did your mother know to give her the money?
I guess she called her.
You guess. Did you give your mother back the money?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Good. Perfect. And that wasn't even a loan. You see how we get to the truth? All right. Now let's get to the car engine. Tell me about the car engine, Ms. Ugardi.
Okay, Victor and I had a deal that, which is all to benefit the family, had a baby coming, whatever, that if we went and got his engine for his truck, that he would, in return, when I bought the transmission for my car, he would put the transmission in my car, buy me a small ring, no engagement ring, a rinky-dink ring, and a computer at his own time. He agreed to that.
Okay.
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
Shh.
So,
What? Say I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
so we went down and we purchased the engine.
Okay.
Okay. A couple days later, he was to sign up for work project on this domestic violence. Well, he went out partying, took my car. He doesn't have a license. He has to go through DUI classes. Ended up with my car for the whole weekend. I was pregnant at the time, stressing. He went and did his little habit with his friends.
So
I was like, okay, I got to get that engine back. I went down there because I didn't have the receipt. I couldn't get it. He got it.
So he got the engine. Did he
Yep.
buy you the ring?
No.
Yes, I did.
No.
Did you buy a transmission for your car?
No, not yet. I didn't.
Well, let me explain what your problem is. You were going to buy a transmission for your car, and he was going to put it in your car, and that would be payment for the engine, right?
Yes.
You haven't bought the transmission for your car yet.
I didn't see a need to when he took off with the engine and he wasn't going to put it in, so I was going to have to throw it in a shop.
I didn't tell you I wasn't.
Okay?
I'm waiting for you to buy it.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Let me hear it again.
What? I'm sorry.
Perfect. Don't speak to her. Speak to me.
She's lying.
I don't think she's lying, sir.
Well,
I
Your
just
Honor-
don't, and you're not losing with regard to anything but the bail money so far. Bail money you lost, $810. That you have to give her back. You wanted to stay in jail, you tell the jailer, don't take me out of here, I don't want to get bailed out. You don't do that, you pay the bail. You paid your mother, and she loves you. She doesn't love you anymore. How much was this ring he was supposed to buy you going to cost?
Not even over $50.
And what about the computer? Did you buy her a computer?
No, I didn't. Our deal was, she said, a ring or a computer.
Did you buy her either one?
Yes, I bought her a ring.
What kind of ring did you buy her?
It's a promise ring.
When did you buy it?
Valentine's Day last year.
And when did she buy the engine?
When-
Don't look at her. Look at me. When did she buy the engine for your
I
truck?
guess it was in December.
Was that before or after?
After?
After the promise ring.
Right.
Then you couldn't have made an agreement with her that you were going to buy her a promise ring in exchange for this engine. Do you understand?
Yes.
The dates don't match up. So you didn't buy her the computer,
No.
and you didn't buy her the ring.
Not yet.
I want it
I
now.
doubt it. I doubt it. Now, she says the ring, that you were going to spend only $50 for the ring. That's, should have said he was going to spend $500. That would have been better for you.
Mm-hmm.
How much does it cost to put in an engine?
$1,300 in the shop.
Just the
$1,200
labor part.
Oh, I'm not even sure. Gosh.
Well, then how am I supposed to know?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
500. I don't know what the labor is.
Meanwhile, you haven't bought it, so he can't renege on that part of the contract.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know how to do that?
Yes.
So, that's part of it. But you would have at least spent $200 for a ring, right? You wouldn't buy a ring for $50,
That
right?
one was free from his mom.
Right?
Right.
Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $1,010. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may sit down. This is case number 104 on the calendar in the matter of Kelly versus Watwood. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated.
Thanks,
Young
Bert.
man, have a seat. You're welcome, Judge.
Ms. Kelly, the defendant was a former boyfriend of yours. According to your complaint, he owes you for two things. A loan that you made to him while you were dating in the amount of $1,200 to fix his truck. And then is your claim that he assaulted you sometime afterwards, causing you to lose a front tooth. You wanted to pay for the dental work. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When were you dating the defendant? What month and year?
Jason and I met in like the end of February of last year.
When did he move in with you?
About 3 months after we met.
And when was this loan made?
It was in December.
Tell me the circumstances of the loan.
Jason bought a 69 Chevrolet pickup truck. At that point, it broke up. And we got back together, and he had the truck for like a month, and the truck broke down on him.
When you say you broke up, did he move out of your house?
Yes, ma'am. He moved
Well,
out.
when did he move out? Moved in May of 2000.
Right, and we lived together about 6 months. And then he moved out, which Jason was always coming and going and living with me, between me and his mother. And so during this time that he buys his truck, we're getting back together, and he's starting a new job, and the truck breaks down on him. I'm having to take Jason back and forth to work. Well, during this time, he puts the truck in the shop, and he was asking me if I would loan him the money and that he would pay me back.
And he was not living with you at the time?
Yeah, in December, yes, ma'am, he was living
He
with me.
was?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, there came a time when you claimed he assaulted you. When was that?
That was in the end of December, 1st of January. Jason and I started talking about him not paying me back any of the money. And he had been drinking, and he became very violent and was very upset with me, and said that he had been giving me, money for living in the house, which I'm not denying the fact that Jason would give me $100, $150 every paycheck, but it did not consist of anything concerning the amount of money that I loaned him for the truck.
Okay, so what happened?
Well, like I said, he was, very upset with me. He had been drinking. He threw me down in the kitchen floor, and I have hardwood floors through my downstairs, and I hit my mouth, which my son is here as a witness of that. And once I broke away from that situation with Jason, I ran into the living room. That's when my son appeared in the living room. He also was on Jason, trying to help me get Jason off of me. And when I finally was away from him, of course, my mouth was bleeding, and I go to the restroom, and my tooth had been knocked out.
Can I see the bill from the dentist for that?
Yes, ma'am. I also have a letter from the dentist.
Did you file a police report?
No, ma'am, I did not. I'd had Jason arrested before for assault, and went to court and helped him get out of that like a fool, but I did.
When was that?
That was back in probably August.
And then you took him back into your house?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay, I'll hear you.
Your Honor, I didn't voluntarily move in with Michelle. She had asked me several times to move in with her. I stayed with her a good bit, but I didn't want to move in with her because I wasn't making a whole lot of money. I was working construction, making cash money. While I was at work, Miss Kelly went to where I was living, and she got my clothes and brought them to her house. That's how the moving in arrangement. She wanted me to move in. I said, look, you've got a payments that I can't support you with, which that's fine. I make plenty of money, so don't worry about that. So, no, I can't do that. Well, she went and got my clothes anyway.
So why don't you go get your clothes back?
Well, I thought if she wants me to move in this bad with her, then I mean,
Jason, that is
why
a
not?
lie.
Don't speak to him. No, I'm just asking you. You're a big guy. You work construction. You work off the books. You get paid in cash. You sound like a pretty smart guy. So if somebody takes your clothes and moves them into the house and you don't want to go, you say, gee, I like you very much. I'm going to move my clothes back.
Yes, ma'am. I agree. I should have done that.
Well, you didn't. So, and how long did you live there under duress?
From about April to about beginning of January.
So that's a long time that you were living there in slavery.
I'm not complaining.
You're not complaining. So you lived there.
Yes, ma'am.
And what? And how much money did you give her while you were living
I would give her, my check was usually somewhere between $300 and $500. I'd give her all my money except for about $50. Well, the situation was if I got paid by check, I could not give her the check to deposit in her bank account because she lives off of her dead husband. If she makes more than $7,000 or $9,000, I forget which one it is, a year, then she gets penalized on that money. So she'd want me to cash my check and just give her the money, and I would keep $40 or $50 for me spending money for that week, and she'd make sure that I had whatever I needed at home, which was fine.
Okay, good. So,
as far as the tooth.
no, don't go to the tooth yet. I'm still with the truck.
Okay. Now the truck, I took it to I had Lake City Auto come and get it. I would go down to pay it, and Michelle would not want me just to give them cash money because if they said we didn't pay any money on it, if she just wrote a check, give her the cash, then we'd be able to trace it and show me, look, we paid with a check. We'd be able to trace it, which at the time seemed like the right thing to do.
So how much money were you giving her every month?
At a minimum, $200 per week, at a minimum of $800 per month.
And you consider the money that she wrote for the fixing of your truck money that you had, in fact, contributed to the household?
No, ma'am.
You gave her additional money.
I would give her all my money just to where she would have money. I was the one that would give the lunch money in the mornings. I would take the kids to school. She's been to court probably several times for the kids being tardy from school, from absences. And if I had to take them several times, she'd have been right back there again.
That is not true, Your Honor. Jason did give me $80 towards the loan.
When?
He did do that. In February.
Is that right?
Like the first week of February.
I gave her $80, but it wasn't for the loan. I was going to give her $100 to help her out. And she was grappling because all I was giving her was $100, and she started mouthing off. And so I pulled a 20 off of the stack of 20s, and I said, you're down to 80. And so she hushed, and I gave her the money. And then, of course, when she got the money, she said her piece again and left.
So you paid her $80 back?
No, just to help her out, not as a loan. I give her money throughout the time that we was dating, and more so than my part of the bills. She'd have $600 phone bills and would get mad at me.
All yours,
and I would sit there and I would line them
up.
up. I said, well, let's calculate these and see how much mine are. So 1 month mine come to $24. The next month mine come to $26. So why would I owe her more than that?
He never paid.
Tell me about this incident, sir, where she says that you threw her down on the floor.
She didn't like my hours at my new job. I'd get home about 9:30 or 10 at night. Well, she couldn't stay home. She had to go out. She had to go out drinking. Well, I get home, and the kids would be a little worried, is Mom coming home? Are you going to meet her? So, no, I'm just going to hang right here. And then ask me to call her, so I'd call her. Well, she need to come home. Well, I'll come home when I want to. You're at work all day. I'm, entitled to go out and have a good time. Well, she come home, and then the night that she had come home and that we'd actually got into, I was just trying to keep her from hitting me and kneeing me. And I would grab her, I hold her to keep her from doing that. The reason why she was so mad was because one phone bill that we had, she couldn't find one of the pages. It just mysteriously disappeared. Well, I called the phone company and asked them to send me a copy of the bills. Okay, I asked her again, where's this page from the phone bill? Well, I don't know. I showed her the copy. It was the page that was missing, which was a page full of calls to her ex-boyfriend. And, of course, that's when she went off. She was about half-tight, and it made her mad, so she went off.
What time did this happen, sir?
This was probably around midnight.
Around midnight.
Between 11 and 12, I would say.
Can I speak, Your Honor?
Just a second. With the children, shh. Is that when she came home?
She came home around, I'd say around 11. And,
She came home at around 11.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Step up next to your mom. I just have a couple of questions for you.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michelle Kelly says ex-boyfriend Jason Watwood owes for an unpaid loan and for knocking out her tooth.
Tell me your name.
Corey.
Corey, do you remember when your mom and Mr. Watwood had an argument?
Yes, ma'am.
What time of the day was it?
It was about 1 o'clock
1 o'clock when?
in the morning.
Had you been sleeping?
Yes,
Do you remember what time you went to sleep?
about 9 o'clock because it was a school night.
Was your mom home when you went to sleep?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know whether your mom went out again that evening?
No, ma'am.
You don't know.
No, ma'am.
Was Mr. Watwood at home when you went to sleep?
No, ma'am.
What time did you get home that evening, sir?
About 9:30.
When you got home, was the plaintiff at home?
Jesse and Corey was at home.
I asked you if the plaintiff was at home when you
No.
got home at 9:30.
No, ma'am.
The children were sleeping?
No, they was still awake.
Do you remember your mom going out?
No, ma'am.
You don't remember, or she didn't go out?
Well, I really don't know if she went out, but when me and my sister go to bed, she doesn't really ever go out.
What happened to wake you up at 1 o'clock in the morning?
Well, I was sleeping and I heard a big noise and downstairs and I went and told my sister and she just fell back asleep because she didn't hear anything. And I went downstairs and I saw him hitting my mom, well, not hitting her, but he had her down on the ground and he wouldn't let her up.
In what room was that?
It was in the kitchen.
And what was your mom wearing?
She was wearing, I can't remember.
What was the defendant wearing?
He was wearing a white shirt and I think a pair of blue jean shorts.
And you don't remember what your mom was wearing?
No, ma'am.
Okay, sit down.
Your Honor?
What?
I'd just like to say that this is what Miss Kelly does for a living. She sues people for a living. And I've been at her home several times when she's prepped the kids as to what to say, what to do.
What kind of lawsuit, sir?
Corey got hit by a car a few years back, and the lawsuit went on and on and on. Instead of settling for, I think it was $70,000, she got greedy and wouldn't settle, so she ended up losing the lawsuit. And she's in lawsuits right now from her house, and she's suing four different people. And she's even told me that, you know, they've offered her $100,000 a piece, but she won't take it. She's going for $1 million a piece. That's what she does for a living.
I don't know if she does that for a living, so she has to do something else for a living. What kind of work do you do?
Actually, I'm a widow, and I'm a housekeeper. I take care of my children.
How much money do you get from Social Security?
$944.
A month?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any other source of income?
Yes, ma'am. I have my child support.
From?
My children's father.
I thought you said you were a widow.
I am. My second husband was killed in a car wreck.
What's the amount of your child support?
Right now it's $800 a month.
Okay. Now, are you telling me, Miss Kelly, that you had not been out that evening?
No, ma'am, I didn't. I would go pick him up. He worked 6 nights a week. His truck was in the shop. I took him to work every single morning and picked him up every single night.
When did the truck come out of the shop?
The truck was in the shop for over a month.
When did it come out of the shop?
At the end of December, 1st of January.
Well, then the truck wasn't in the shop at the time you say he assaulted you because you'd already given the money.
Yes, ma'am, it was afterwards.
So then what were you taking him to work for?
Because when he got the truck back, it broke down again, and he has yet to even taken it back to see if anything that I had paid for that truck being fixed. He has not even taken it back to see if that was it. He's driving his father's Cavalier once again, and the truck's still sitting on the side of the road.
I just had to take it in one day. They put a new distributor cap on it. It was fine. It was January 10th when I got my truck out. Unless I'm mistaken, Tuesday through Saturday is 5 nights a week that I work, not 6.
And after that, the truck was not back in the shop?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Watwood, the only question that I have for you, I'm not satisfied that there was a loan for this truck.
Okay.
The only thing that I have to ask you is I want you to describe the incident that took place in the kitchen for me.
Michelle come in from being out. I was already there. When she come in, I said, Michelle, did you ever find the other page to the phone records? No, she never had found them. I said, well, just so happens I got a copy made. Here's the page that was missing. And that's when she went off, got mad. She was, like I said, she was about half tight. She had way too much to drink. She's the one that, when she loses her temper, she goes off. All I did, Your Honor, was just, when she was trying to hit me, I would hold her arms to keep from hitting me, and I would turn to the side to keep her from kneeing me. And she was kicking and swinging so wildly that she fell when I was holding her arms because her feet just from trying to kick me.
Does the incident with the page from the phone bill sound familiar to you?
No, ma'am. I don't have a clue what he's talking about. He had a $600
well,
phone bill
the only
every
thing
month,
that I
and
ask
he
you,
never
the
paid it
reason I
either.
ask you that, Miss Kelly, is in your complaint, you say that this fight took place in mid-December, not in January, because in this complaint you say, around the holiday times, I begged him to pay me back because I needed extra cash for presents. Did you forget that you wrote that?
No, ma'am. Actually, I didn't write that.
Let me see if you signed it. That is your signature.
Yes,
because it's the same as here, and you signed it, you swore to it, and you said, around the holidays, I begged him to pay me back because I needed extra cash for presents.
Right.
That's what you signed.
Right.
Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And I'm just glad that, Judge, you can see through her.
He's a loser, and I know what he is. And that's the bottom line.
It's completely bogus. There's no truth to it at all.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of James versus James. Step forward, please.
28-year-old construction worker Cameo James is suing her brother, 27-year-old truck driver John James, and his wife, Celine. Cameo says her brother owes her for bail and loans to help him get back on his feet.
Miss James, This is your brother,
Yes, ma'am.
and this is his wife.
Yes, ma'am.
I will start with your story. About a year ago, you claimed that your brother and his wife moved to California to be closer to you and the family.
Yes, ma'am.
Sometime after he arrived, he was arrested for domestic violence on the complaint of his wife. You posted bail for him.
Yes, ma'am.
That money you want back.
Yes.
You claim that later he separated from his wife and he moved back to Arizona without your wife.
Yes.
And then decided to come back to California.
Yes.
And according to you, he called you and you again assisted him in paying for some stuff to get out of storage and wiring him some money.
Yes.
How much money did you wire him?
I've sent him money, wired him money 3 times.
Go ahead, let me hear.
I believe one time was 200, one time was 300, and the other time was 200.
You have no records of this?
Not the original Western Union records, I do not. But I do have a signed statement from my brother showing that we did have an agreement as to the amounts.
Oh, let me see that. And the bail was how much?
$1,015.
Okay. So according to this, he owes you $1,330. Is that right?
Yes, on that one, yes.
And what's the other money for?
The other $415 is for a storage unit.
Okay. Now I'll hear you.
Well, as far as the storage unit, my whole family knew that I'd gotten behind on my storage payment. I was about a month and a half behind. I sat down at her kitchen table, and she, without any kind of problem whatsoever, told me to sit down, and I was going to accept it no matter what. It was a gift. She handed me the receipt. I was in shock because, I mean, it was a $415 gift. She said, just call it an early Christmas present.
No, it was absolutely not a gift.
Well, tell me how it came about.
He was behind in his storage unit. They were getting ready to lose the storage unit, and he asked me if I would help him yet again, so I did.
No, ma'am.
Well, Miss James, let me tell you what I think. Since you have carefully memorialized every other debt that he owes you, why wouldn't you have put the $415 here as part of his loan?
Because it was a separate issue. That first set of debts was due to the travel money, wiring him the money back and forth. The storage unit was a separate
I understand it had a
issue.
lot. There were a lot of different things. This wasn't just bail money. This was bail money, wire money, everything else. So if you had these things, and if it was just a loan, you should have put it down on here.
I should have.
You should have. But one of the things that you said in your complaint was that you gave him this money, but there was a condition. And the condition was that he not go back with his wife. And since he broke that agreement and went back with his wife, you now want your money back.
That's pretty much how it is.
Go ahead.
Part of me helping him was that he was supposed to get his life together. He was supposed to get his life on track. One of the on tracks was to leave Celine. She's bad news. She's trouble. She's caused him nothing but heartache and grief. I'm throwing away good money after bad, and he's going to return to her again.
I guess he is.
I guess he is.
Learn your lesson. But if this was part of a loan that you made, I must assume that you would have put it on the very carefully detailed memorialized loan. So I'm issuing a judgment in the amount of $1,330. Mr. James, you owe that to your sister, correct?
I guess I do.
A judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,330. Thank you.
ਚੱਕਰ ਮੁਲਾ ਰਿਕਾਰਡਿੰਗ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਵੀ ਕਿਤੇ
ਮੂੰਹ ਤੇਰਾ ਕੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ
ਸਕਿੰਟ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਵੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਮਿੰਟਾਂ
9 ਮਿੰਟਾਂ किन्ने 10 हो
हाँ सेम है मेरा तो नाप के दोबारा चला दो ध्यान में अपनी याद दवा दो करेगी